commercial so bad.
Welcome to another episode of Two Whites and a Blue. Today,
It'll come.
I'm pretty zapped. Mike is on his way to being zapped, and Will's coming from
No, you were zapped from last night.
yeah
I'm zapped from today.
and Will's not zapped at all. Though he's got a couple of beers here. We may as well just go right into it. What'd you spend your money on last week?
Normal shit, but I'm spending money fucking tomorrow by accident.
Let's hear about this.
So my cousin texted me, asking me if I wanted to go golfing with his father-in-law and my dad. So I said, I'll text my dad. Text him. He said, yeah, sure. Where are we going? Pineland, which is like a cheap fucking $20 hole. Yeah, it's $20. I'm like, no, probably not. Brad wants to play 18. Text me back. He's like, yeah, Olaf booked Copetown Woods.
Copetown.
And I'm like sitting there. I didn't know. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, pretty sure that's pretty expensive. I'm like, go home. My dad's just like, I'm like, yeah, Brad said Copetown. We like, Copetown? What are we, fucking rich? I'm like, yeah, it's like $85
With a cart.
With a cart. $85 for a tee time? You fucking shitting me?
Yeah, that's fucked.
That's whack.
You better
So
milk it
I
out,
just looked
eh?
at it. I'm just
What
like,
time is it?
10 to noon.
Okay.
So it's
10 o'clock tea time.
No, 10 to 12.
noon.
10 to 12.
Okay.
10 to noon. I don't know why I chose that.
10 to noon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's nice. It's going to be good. But it's like one of those things. I just kind of thought about it. I was like, you know what? I've been playing shitty courses all year. Fuck it. And it's like with family and shit too. So it's like, all right, it's not that much, but it's still, I wasn't ready to hit that. It's
Right.
Like, holy fuck. But yeah, that's what I'm dropping. Tomorrow will be a $200 day, I would imagine.
You think?
You're going to double your
I would
tea
imagine.
time?
I would imagine.
Your
buying rounds and all that.
tea
Yeah.
fee on...
Buying rounds. How many rounds?
Who fucking knows? I'm just $200 allowance.
Okay.
I think that's a lot. I mean, I don't know.
Better to have
But
it.
then you
get a
don't. But
couple
then you don't go
dogs in
over
the
budget.
turnaround.
And then you don't go over
that's right.
budget.
Oh,
And then you come
overselling
on with
it.
150 means you made 50
And
yesterday.
then you
Then
can
I
spend
can
it.
Exactly.
I'm
Holy
going
fuck,
to, I don't
man.
know what I'm going to do.
That's
Probably buy
100% right.
I'll probably put a down payment on a car or something. $50.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, but buy one of
You
those.
just put
cyber
zero
trucks.
down, who
On a
cares?
on a cyber truck.
Fuck it.
$50, man.
Is that what it is?
I guess it is tomorrow.
Oh, that's sick,
So,
man.
yeah, that's
You
what
can
I'm-
get a Cybertruck for almost nothing down, right? Pretty sure we
50
talked about that
bucks.
on the show once.
Probably.
before.
$50 that I'm gonna make tomorrow by not spending.
Yeah.
It's fucking game.
How much was your beer? You've been on the bench beer thing. Actually, both
Yeah.
you guys today,
I
eh?
bought six. I bought 6 of these. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
$20.
Been on the bench. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good, man. They're fucking
Yeah,
good beer.
don't fucking-
I can't stop.
Hey.
Like when we're doing like stuff like this, where we're just sitting down and like enjoying beers. That's what I'm getting.
Sitting
Yeah,
down,
same.
enjoying beers.
You know, like if I'm just getting fucking
getting
dummy,
buckled.
Doubled.
yeah, I'm just getting
Busch
whatever,
Lights.
Busch, whatever, shitty beer. But like this shit, I like.
Yeah, but would you want to start with this though if you're gonna go for a bender?
No, well, I'd start with it, but it depends on the bender. And it depends on the crowd. If I'm just like hanging out, you know, enjoying it.
Well, what crowd are you going?
I've got a few of them. Will you know that?
Is there a
There's
crowd?
few
Yeah, but I'm
crowds.
saying like
There's a few. There's a couple.
Any
there's a type of crowd-
situation-
There's a type of crowd you go in and you just start crushing beer.
yeah.
And then there's a crowd you go in and you kind of wade in. Those other guys, you just dive into the deep end where there's
Hey.
undertow,
Yeah.
big waves. You're fucked. Next thing you know, it's 7 p.m. and you don't remember shit.
Undertow, big waves,
See ya.
peace.
I still like to
Yeah.
start with one of these.
They are good, yeah, but you can't like these things. They make your head swim. Like you get.
And the thing about this, like the bench, they're not like the craft beer that's like 9%. So it's like you could send one slowly and you're still catching up.
Yeah.
But these are like 4.5%. Like,
This
look at
is-
mine right now. It's
Ours-
4.5.
ours 6.
Mine's 4.5.
6.5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I spoke too soon. What's yours, Joey? 3.5.
Joey's
4.
drinking small boys of Arizona iced tea.
This is probably one of the worst beers I've ever tried.
Really?
Yeah.
Ace Hill?
That Mexican lager,
It doesn't taste like anything.
the PC Cerveza.
It may as well be.
Is it
It's-
cold?
It's cold, which
Mexicano.
fine, but
You need to put a lime in it.
Yeah.
You have
What's
lime?
that shit that you get that you put a lime in?
Tecate.
That shit was good.
what
That
is
was
that?
bomb, eh?
What's Tecate?
It's
It's a Cerveza.
whatever Will found. I
Do
don't
you
know.
call it cerveza when it's Spanish
What
beer
else- what
only?
else do- what else
That's
do you
it.
call it? And you ask for
Otherwise
dos,
it's beer.
and you finish it with por favor.
Give me dos, por favor.
Yeah, I don't know. Mexican beer.
Give me 2 cervezas.
It was good.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, you do that and you just grind a lime into the can. It's fucking
Yeah,
good.
the way you
Grind
do-
it
the way
in?
you do it is less than presentable. It's so
Yeah.
funny. You're like, here, try this. Just
Yeah, you grind it in, just so like kind of like juices it into
Yeah.
it, and then you put the lime, like the rind and shit in. So like it works. So like you grind it in, and then it just kind of floats there. So every time you take a sip, it kind of like goes through the
yeah,
lime.
it's like a little lime filter.
Mhm.
But your first sip is all pulp.
Yeah.
So if
That's
you're not
okay.
you're not a pulp fan.
I fuck with the pulp heavy though.
Pulp puts hair on your chest.
Is that what it is?
Positive.
I don't like pulp. I got a decent.
That
little
does.
top.
I will buy
Liver.
OJ extra pulp.
I like pulp in orange juice, but I'm not an extra pulp kind
You
of
have
guy.
to like chew after every sip.
I fuck with it. I like that aloe juice too.
You have to floss after you have a sip of orange juice.
Yeah.
Not a pulp guy. I like a
pass
nice
on that.
clean.
I like it
chug
au
of
naturel.
Straight OJ with nothing in it. It's so good. I don't know what it is lately. I've been fiending OJ. Just going to the fridge and just like, well, I should have water, but like just I can't stop drinking.
Because that's got to be the best thing to drink when you're parched. I think.
It's so
Water?
No.
Orange juice.
I like cold glass of OJ.
It's so good. I've been addicted to orange juice my whole life.
It's so good, and it's so funny how much better the Tropicana is than the fucking
so obvious.
other kind.
So obvious. You taste it like, ugh.
I don't know what it is.
What is this trash?
Is Sunny
I know.
D orange juice?
No, that's
Oh,
just that's
fuck no.
orange chemicals.
Oh, it's
Whatever
orange
that-
drink.
But it is.
It's like a nightlight.
Sunny D is, but like there's something about it like a drink
It's
that
tang.
when you drink it, you can go like. There's like a salty, I don't know, like sweaters on your teeth. Like it's weird.
I think I told
Yeah.
you guys this before. My grandparents, like old Italian people, grow all their own vegetables, only make homemade food. Two things I'll never understand about them. One, every major life event, we got to go to the Mandarin. Okay? They demand the Mandarin. And two,
It's kind of deep.
they can't get enough Sunny D.
Really?
They love Sunny D.
What
It's unbelievable.
trash
They
things.
just love Sunny D.
is that?
I
Your
brought-
family thing, or do you think that you've seen that?
No one in my family drinks Sunny D except my grandparents. I don't drink it. My parents, my brother,
So it's an old
Oh.
Italian.
they just love it. They must have had it one time by mistake or something, and now they're hooked. So, I go to the store, and like if I see Sunny D on sale, I'll grab like 6 bottles of it and bring them over, and they just put
really?
it in the cantina. Yeah, so like imagine the cantina, tomato juice, hanging meats, and Sunny D.
Oh, you
big,
try.
big circular.
It's very
This
strange.
Opaque orange.
It's very strange.
Trying
Like
to
wine
get that
making
inheritance
equipment.
early, eh?
I don't know what the fuck is going on with them,
Sunny,
but
and the thing is, dude, like Sunny D's not even cheap.
No, it's
like-
not.
that's what I mean. When it's on sale, you gotta load up.
But it's like
Oh,
a
yeah,
syrup.
yeah.
Imagine having a
It is.
full glass of
It
Sunny D.
is.
I couldn't do that.
You
I
mix
can
it
have
with
like
water.
a little
It's
bit.
like,
yeah.
it's like viscous. Like there is,
Yeah,
there
it's like a
is,
concentrate.
there is something.
Did you
to
guys ever drink screwdrivers?
like vodka OJ?
Like I mean, you've had one, but was it ever
Oh,
like your go-to?
no,
No.
but I'm always down. If somebody tosses me a vodka OJ,
Yeah.
I'm never opposed.
But I've never drank them all night.
Yeah, even thinking
That's
about it makes me
I
fucking
have,
sick.
and it, man,
See
ya later.
heartburn,
Oh,
though,
yeah.
heartburn.
Oh yeah, anything orange juice in general. It's
And then
so
the
acidic,
next
right?
day, like that acid, it has to go somewhere, right? It's not pretty.
Yeah, right to your chest.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking more about the exit, but yeah, it's not nice. Will, what'd you spend your money on?
Nothing fun.
Nothing at all.
Nothing fun.
What
No.
a disaster.
No Amazons.
No,
Yeah.
girlfriend a pair of sunglasses for $15.
How
Oh,
big
you-
was the box?
Huge,
It was-
probably.
It came in a bag. That's how cheap these sunglasses were.
Wow.
Amazon bag,
Yeah.
just like a grocery store bag.
Yeah,
or-
just duct tape clothes and fucking with my
Cool.
like a stamp on it.
Like one of those fake Chinese packages. Just not. It's like plastic with just nothing but tape around the outside. It's all
Yeah,
tape.
yeah.
Celebrate our
Yeah.
differences.
We can't talk about that on this
Why
program.
not? Oh.
I spent my money on beer this week.
Cool.
That's it. What? What are you looking at?
Fuck, I wish you had your glasses on. You would have
Yeah.
seen some cool shit.
I did see a Lambo driving up here. That was cool. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
All I spent my money on was beer. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I spent money on anything else this week. It's been a slow week.
Fuck, it's gonna be a slow cast then.
Ah,
Today,
don't worry.
too.
We got some things we're passionate
Is
about.
that not honestly like
Topic
a
list
patented
tonight.
line every fucking episode?
And
That's
hour and a half
nothing to
in.
talk about.
Oh yeah, we
Never
didn't do
fucking
no
do.
prep.
Let's wrap it up after 10 minutes tonight.
Let's just say what we spend
All
our
right,
money on.
cool.
Give the people what they want. I bought gas, groceries, and beer.
I wanna
Anyway, see you later.
I want to
That's-
buy.
yeah.
I want to buy some more clothes at H&M because I feel
How
like
old are you?
32. I'll be 33 soon.
32 in dog years.
Oh, you know what I spent money on this week? I'll tell you what I spent money on.
Yeah, let's hear it.
On fucking
Cryogenics?
Speaking of dog ears, I took Scoop to the vet on
Oh, yeah,
Tuesday.
I heard.
I took him to the vet.
You guys
For
finally
what?
Tuesday or
unsolved
Wednesday?
The unsolved
Psycho-
mystery.
Psychosis?
I caved because of the scratching. He's so itchy all the time. He's like uncomfortable. I can't bear to see it. So I thought it was going away. Your sister's been telling me to take him to the vet for a while. I've been blaming the cat. Anything goes wrong in the house, I blame the cat. The cat is still here. So I'm not going to win that fight.
Cat left the fucking fridge door open again.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to win that fight. So the cat's going to stay.
hate
So
when the
Ken's
cat
finally
does that.
convinced me to take him to the vet. So I took him, and we get to the vet. Scoop, you guys know Scoop. He's very vocal about what he wants. And at the vet, he's
Shitty at like verbing it.
At the vet, even the vet noticed this time. I was saying to your sister,
Putting it into action.
he gets into the room, the waiting room. Okay, he hates the vet. He can't stand it. He hates the vet. He knows that the doctor comes in one door all the time. This is the only door he comes in because he's coming from like whatever their tool room, and so he's always standing by the other door. Each room has two doors in and out.
Against the fucking door.
And so the vet walks in, and Scoop immediately comes to the other door, sits beside me, and starts looking like he starts going like this to me, looking at the door, looking at me like, "Let's go."
We should probably get out of here.
He is
We got-
good. Like his
yeah.
facial expressions.
He's like,
are
we got to get out of here.
Yeah, they're
And the
unreal.
vet's like, don't see a lot of dogs do this that much.
He's good.
Yeah.
It's like,
Because he's got like eyebrows too.
yeah, so you can see, yeah, you can
If
see
he's
him.
like if he's like confused with something, like he does like the one eye, like what
Yeah.
is going on here?
So-
what the fuck is this?
So he's
Are you
pretty
sure.
he's pretty nervous at the vet ever since they had to induce vomiting on him a couple of years ago.
That sucks.
Yeah, so he doesn't like going there, which is weird because he's a confident dog otherwise. So the vet, long story short, has to get him up on the table. My dog's afraid of the vacuum. The vet had to get the buzzers out because he wanted to cut back some of his hair to see where there's like dry skin or whatever from his scratching. And we ended up having to get him allergy pills. The vet goes, give you 2 weeks worth, give him 2 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. You probably see a difference after 2 weeks if it's allergies. I saw a difference after 1 dose of the pill.
Seasonal allergies.
Completely stopped scratching. Completely stopped.
Oh yeah.
And
Maybe he was
so-
like, if I don't scratch, I don't have to go back to the vet.
Yeah,
Maybe it just freaked him out. Yeah, maybe it freaked him
Yeah.
out. I don't know. But he's completely stopped. So I'm going to keep it going for 2 weeks. And the vet said there's like a lower dosage pill you can give him like once every couple of days to kind of keep that at bay.
How do you sneak him his pill?
Peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
tricked. Yeah.
He eats most stuff. Like with his flea treatment or tick treatment or whatever, he just thinks it's a treat. He chews it down easy.
Oh,
But this stuff he doesn't like. I put it in his food the first time and he just left it in the bowl. It's chalky. It's like a fucking Tylenol or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what I spent money on. That trip to the vet was $170.
That's shitty.
That's reasonable though.
But like,
What's walking
yeah.
to the door cost to go to the vet? What's like the base?
Not much. It's like $40. That vet's awesome. He's great.
Is it $170 including the meds?
Everything. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
For any
Yeah.
meds, 170.
Really good. Really good. For comparison, 6 months of tick and flea plus the exam is $450.
Yikes.
That's expensive. Yeah.
Is that every year?
Once a year. Yeah.
I'm getting a free dog. Fuck it.
Once a year. And the
That
best thing
dog's not getting shit.
But the thing that's
gonna learn to
good
tough
though
it
is like
out.
this guy. I think I told you guys this before. We take him for his physical in March.
It's fucked that your dog gets more physicals than I do.
He needs them
All right,
because
Scoop.
he needs it. So you take him for a physical. They look him up and down and they ask if you
Get
want
him on the
f-
treadmill.
Yeah,
They
I can't,
size
they
him
can't
up.
even get him on the. They can't even get him on the scale.
With the face mask on.
So
He's
he goes there once a year in March, and that's usually when you get your tick treatment.
Is that like the beginning of Into Club by 50 Cent, but it's Scoop on the treadmill?
Yeah.
He just runs. But this guy's pretty good. Like he'll tell you if the ticks are not out yet or whatever. He'll say, don't get it yet. Come back in a
Yeah,
month
so
or
he's
whatever.
honest with you.
Yeah, which is great. So I don't mind spending money with that guy. Plus he's close. Like I walk him over there, walk him back. Takes an hour.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good. Yeah.
That's jeez.
Let's get into the topics.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, I'm going to start with my mortgage renewal experience. So it's fucking COVID, okay? So everything else is changing as far as service delivery, including mortgage communications. We had our call with RBC. They communicated with us via email a bunch of times with rates and different questions being answered and stuff like that. I told Ken's that I don't mind switching to RBC, but I want to push them as hard as I can on the
For
rate.
my mortgages, RBC.
Yeah, and so I want to push them as hard as I can on the rate. So I emailed TD, this girl Natasha Gorel or something like that. Her name was. Okay, I'm dropping names for a reason here because this girl just cost TD a shot at the mortgage basically, and I'm gonna move all my accounts out of TD after dealing with this
TD fucking sucks.
this girl. They're great, man.
Are they?
I like TD a lot when I was living
Based
near the
on
bank.
what, though?
When I was living near the bank, because you could go there and see somebody and they knew you. That's why I liked it. Now
TD,
that
I think is the biggest company by market cap in Canada.
TD, yeah,
TD,
I
yeah.
haven't heard
Pretty sure it's the biggest
anybody
bank.
preach TD
They-
in Todd banking ever.
I have always
Really?
liked
I've
TD.
only heard
Yeah.
how much of a pain in the ass it is, this and that.
Yeah?
Everybody's always bitching about it.
But don't you know that's because so many people we know are with them though.
Yeah, but that's not a selling point to me. I don't really.
No.
You know what I mean? Like just because they have the biggest doesn't mean they're the best.
But
Like,
think
for
about
sure.
that
But
could,
I don't.
That could be coexistent with negligence. Like they have so much.
No, for
and they're
sure.
just like, yeah, fuck it. We got business out the
Yeah,
end.
sure. That's possible. But my beef with this girl and with TD as an entity, I guess, if this is their policy, I emailed her twice. Once I asked her for the best rate she would give me because I want to shop it around. She wouldn't give me a rate. Then I sent her RBC because she said they don't discuss rates via email, but they'll have a call with us if we want. I thought, okay, that's weird. I'm going to send you RBC's rate, and I'm going to see if you'll beat it. She goes, yeah, still, we don't discuss rates via email because they might change, she said. The
So they
rate
don't
might
have any
change.
rating. I guess like email's a document, right?
Barely.
But it is.
But it would never stand up. You couldn't go to the bank and be like, oh, look
Yeah.
at this email I got from your
Which is
fucking...
insane. It should
Yeah.
stand up. It's a written.
Maybe. But,
it is. It's a written conversation.
but like RBC...
But not if she says if it just says a number. But if it's she's like, yeah, we could probably get you in like the 2% range. You can't
Yeah.
be like, see, you said 2%.
Yeah, that's not fair. But anyway, she wouldn't discuss the rate. She wouldn't email me a rate. She wouldn't talk to me about a rate. Nothing. She wanted to have a phone call with us. Wanted to go on the phone. Wanted to talk about the mortgage plan and the renewal options. And I just like, fuck it, man. I'm not talking to you on the phone. I already know what I got from RBC. I want to see if you'll beat it. You obviously don't care.
Yeah.
And like I was just saying to you, we got sub 2% from RBC.
Yeah,
Which
you
is
shouldn't-
fucking
what do you
nuts.
don't go and fucking fuck this up, man. That is good shit. You got to lock that in. Like, I don't know for how much longer you're gonna be able to get sub 2%. That's fucking crazy.
That's like a COVID opportunity, right? Like interest
Big
rates went
time.
way down.
Big time.
But like, and then they're talking now, like real estate. It's isn't it like typically a seller's market? It's like always a seller's market. There's no way it's a buyer's market.
there. It is
But-
sometimes.
yeah, but it's like a small window and like few and far between.
Well, we
It's-
haven't lived through many. That's for sure.
Yeah.
and
The stress
That's what
test,
I
I
mean.
think the stress test requirements just loosened a bit, right?
No, they're tightening.
I thought they loosened them a bit after they tightened them. Really?
The rates are lower, but it's getting more strict.
Yeah.
So that's why you see this huge surge right now, and everyone trying to get in the market because what they were pre-approved for, they are no longer pre-approved for that going forward. So they need to spend what they're approved for from months ago.
Yeah.
So if they don't capitalize on that in the next few months,
We had that problem.
they're
too.
going to be. They won't be able to afford what the
Yeah.
bank said they could afford.
that happened.
also like your
before we bought our
approval
house, too.
rate's going to go down.
Yeah. So
That's what
like
you're saying.
The
I know
total
someone
you're
that was approved for 750, like months and months ago, and
For
then
them.
they didn't buy, and now they went back to the bank, and they're only approved for 550 now.
Damn.
But is that because they bought?
No,
because they're
because the rules are getting stricter.
yeah, they want to keep people who can't
Like
afford
your
a
debt
home
to
out of the
income
mortgage.
ratio?
Yeah, out of
The
the
more I
market.
look down this fucking shotgun that's pointed at me, like it's tough.
You'll be fine.
Yeah,
'cause-
but it's good. Like I'm not worried about my attitude. It's just very realistic. Because you look down and it, like, yeah, I have. There's strategies in play and whatever, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Sure,
yeah.
but like I'm just saying, like, just say you had no plan, no help, no strategy.
You'd be in trouble.
You're in fucking shit. You can't afford anything.
Because the waters of like navigating a mortgage process for the first time is hard enough.
I'm
But
looking forward to it.
then when you tack on that, your stress test right from a few months ago, you get approved for $750,000, and then basically they cut it by 30%.
That's
right,
fucked.
which is insane. That's
It
a
should-
big
that you
big
can't-
chunk, right?
It's
Oh, it's
honestly
like all of a sudden now you can't live in Dundas.
Yeah,
Would you mind?
It's honestly like I don't want to say it's not fair because I hate that fucking term.
Yeah.
To be honest, like especially the older I get, it's not
Yeah.
fair. Go
You-
fuck
one of these
yourself.
communist kids.
But that's so fucked.
You know,
30%. That's
What do you mean
such a-
30%?
Like,
Like
I mean,
30% cut
as
from,
example, right?
from your
750
pre-approval.
down at 500. That's just
can I tell you
25%.
why they're doing that?
Sure.
To avoid another 2008.
to protect.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they're not doing it for nothing.
They're doing it because they don't want things to get out of hand and
And-
people going so crazy
That's
in debt
right.
like 2008 and people
Yeah.
getting like 3, 4, 5 mortgages with like one job.
Yeah, but like you understand that because you guys pay attention. Imagine the amount of people say for example you're with TD and they give you that happens. Now you're looking at it like, oh
Will's-
my god, the
Will's
bank
about
just
to get in a
fucked me.
physical altercation with the cat.
I know, I
The
hate
cat
this fucking
deserves it,
scene.
man. Like he's fucking been crying all night. He's just prodding
He
it.
remembers from you squaring him up a few weeks ago.
But like that. But then they're gonna look at it. So it's tough because like banks are a business as well, and they do have customer service they have to take care of. So you drop down 25% on a fat, like, so $250K in that sense.
Yeah.
That's gonna piss people off
Big time.
But then it's gonna go everywhere. But
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, oh, I'm taking my business elsewhere. So you think that what they're doing is good.
So the thing is, the bank doesn't set the stress test.
But they also don't make it apparent why they do that.
Oh, they don't tell you unless you
Which
ask,
they
I
should
guess.
do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That was like,
fine.
you know that because you guys are paying attention.
I didn't know anything about the stress test before I started shopping for this house. And then once I got into the market and your sister and I got pre-approved, we started to dig a bit into like service, like the debt service ratio and all these other things that the bank takes into account, right? The things that you think they take into account, they don't. No. Things like so for example, we went to RBC and we wanted to find out what we'd be pre-approved for on another mortgage.
Did they even come here? They didn't even come here, probably.
Who? RBC?
Yeah.
No, they didn't come here. No, why would they come here?
Did you not refinance?
Well, we haven't signed it yet, but we're about to.
So like they're just gonna say your house is worth this much money without even coming here and taking a look at it.
Basically, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they can kind of ballpark it though.
They can
Yeah,
ballpark
but how hard
it.
would it be to just get an evaluator in here?
They may send somebody will. I don't know. Maybe they will. I'm not sure. But so we wanted to find out what we were pre-approved for. And I was thinking out loud to Kenzie the other night at dinner, like, I would hate to have like my line of credit held up against my purchasing power for a house. But they don't look at stuff like that. They look at your mortgage compared to what you earn, and that's basically the whole equation, right?
Yeah.
So if you have another debt vehicle, that's why people like. There's some concern from like my brother, for example, when he bought his place, that he was carrying a lot of like consumer debt. They look at that, but it doesn't even register on the Richter for what they're really paying attention to. The stress test is really how much do you earn, what's the rate of your mortgage, amortization period is 25 or 30 years, and if the rates go up a bit or you have some kind of problem with your job or whatever, can you still afford that monthly payment?
Well, they know that they're getting like you're gonna pay for your house before you pay off your Visa bill. You're not gonna be like, fuck it, I'm not gonna pay
That's
my
right.
mortgage.
Well,
I'm gonna pay my Visa
The
bill.
bank collects regardless. That they don't care.
Well, they
They
either
wanna make
get
sure-
the money or the house, right?
Well,
at the end of the
they're
day.
hedging their bets in the sense that like, okay, this guy's making X amount of dollars per year. We
Yeah.
can prove for this. Doesn't fucking matter. He's got to pay the bank's got to make money, and
Right.
the bank is gonna make money. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Because they got so much fucking power. Like you can't not pay the bank.
I think this
else
is
you go and get put in a cage.
You're right. The thing I kind of want to talk about, I think I sent this to you guys too, and it's a good segue, Mike, that you just put out there. The bank is always going to make money. I wonder, honestly, how much longer the bank model of like capitalizing on consumer fees and doing all this other shit, because basically they just have a stranglehold on most of the big financial services,
In
mortgages
Canada.
and stuff like that. I don't know how long that's going to last. And the thing that's going on in the States right now that kind of like turned me on to this back when
Doesn't the States just have like a huge bank?
the States has
The opposite.
the States has
They have
tons.
of different like small banks.
Yeah, and like so even in the States,
They don't have like a Bank of America. I just for
They
some
do.
reason,
They do,
They
but
have big banks, but I can tell you why they have a bunch of little banks. Too.
Yeah.
Little history
go
for you.
go.
let's hit it.
So like when like the first banks came about, like with like the railroad, or guys before that and shit, but like when the railroads are like being built and stuff, they needed a bunch of banks.
Is this in one of
And
those
it
books about
expanded-
barons you read?
Of course it was.
Baron,
Yeah, of
business
course.
barons or whatever.
I'm reading about it's reading about right now.
History's important and it's fucking compelling.
But as the railroads like spread from one coast to the other, they needed like way more infrastructure and banks like along the way. But there was like a law in place where a corporation couldn't hold property in another state. So every time you like cross the state border, you had to have another bank.
Is that
Like,
right?
Even if you crushed it in New York, you couldn't just go and set up a bank in Ohio. So every single different state had to have like their own set of banks.
These laws are so fucked. Like that's like the States trips me out.
The U.S. is the U.S.
Trips me out because it's too like divided. Like everything,
Yeah.
it's like it almost seems like each state is its own little country. It's
Yeah.
super weird.
You know, a lot of Americans would call that a feature, not a bug.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense, but it's like, well, because like, okay, so could you, if you were like an Ohio resident, could you go work in Texas?
Yeah.
I think so.
Like you can go like what would you like for us it'd be interprovincial. What would they call that?
Interstate.
Interstaticial?
I don't know. That's a good
Just
question.
interstate, probably. Interstate commerce.
Interstitial?
Yeah,
Interstate
yeah,
commerce would be.
I don't know.
They can do. I mean, you see in the States, there's a lot more control even something like a state border than there is here.
I think the states like as much as
There's implications for us. So, Will, do you want to finish your history there, or is that it? That's it. So for us, like if you cross a provincial border doing business, there's tax implications, of course.
Or you're going into different.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so those tax implications, if whether it's in the U.S., they have obviously states with no tax, for example. They have states where certain business laws change.
States have no tax.
Yeah.
Delaware and
Texas has no state tax.
No income tax.
Yeah, no state income
okay.
tax.
So, yeah, right. Okay.
You look at something like the NBA, for example. Do you know how NBA salaries work? Actually, most professional sports leagues are probably like this.
Oh, yeah.
When you play a game, if the Raptors go to Dallas to play a game,
they get paid. Right. Yeah, they get paid differently, right?
and no tax on that game.
So they, yeah, true.
And so like that, there's a lot of
But wait, who does the team? Like not the players.
Players.
How do they get paid? Don't they,
They
get
get-
paid
They
contractually?
get paid. Yeah, but they get paid like on a per game basis.
Oh, they do.
Yes, like a game. You get a game check, right? Like that's how they're
Based off your
right.
$30 million.
Yeah, and so there's taxes on
Fuck,
those.
that'd be nice, eh?
So this-
Fuck yeah.
Payday.
Yeah, so
There's
it's
50 grand. Go party.
Well, more than that.
Yeah, way
probably.
more.
pretty wild, eh?
Holy
10
fuck,
mil
imagine-
divided by 26.
Can I get mine in cash, please? No briefcase.
That's why That's why the NFL wants games because those guys get game checks. So if they don't play, like the NFL and the players union, I think agreed on like a $250,000 or $500,000 opt out. So if you make over a certain amount of money and you don't want to play this year, you still get $500,000, and that's pretty good. But it ain't 25 mil,
Hey, shit
right?
for them.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of these guys now are saying,
Especially
"Well, we
with
want to play."
What's that fucking quarterback or whatever that guy got? I don't even know his fucking name.
Who?
The guy who's fucking getting paid.
Oh, Mahomes.
Dick shitload of money.
10 years,
yeah.
500 million or something like that. Yeah.
Isn't that the biggest sports contract of all
Yeah,
time?
it was. It was
or
sports. It was for a
Yeah?
couple of days
Like that's-
till Trout or some baseball player signed a bigger deal like
Oh,
a week
yeah.
later or
Yeah,
something
see,
like
that's
that.
the thing. NFL, I don't care how big the NFL is. There's not enough. There's more money in baseball for some reason.
Soccer, baseball.
Well, soccer, yeah. Soccer's got a lot of fucking under the cart.
So okay,
Yeah.
cartel
so
money and shit.
the banks thing. The reason I think banks are maybe not on the way out. That might be too strong a way to put it, but I think the business model is in jeopardy more today than it ever has been. And the reason I think that is because people our age and younger don't.
This is going to turn into a Bitcoin conversation.
No. They don't like going to banks. They don't like going to banks because they don't
see it,
because they
I
don't
know.
see
The
because they
green
don't
shoots
see.
of the war.
No, not today. They don't like going to
Maybe.
banks or interacting with just customer service people in general.
What about those drive-through ATMs?
Yeah, those are the dumbest thing in the fucking world.
I
never
see
used
that
one.
and I'm like, are you fucking go in the bank?
I know.
I know.
Or like
It's
just
good for you.
walk
to go
in the
there.
front
Doesn't it
door.
like fucking being in a financial positive place.
I hate
Go in
it.
there and feel that vibe for a minute.
So-
Like give you some ambition.
So these in the States, Cash App, which is owned by Twitter and Square. Do you know what they did?
Isn't that-
sort of low key under the
Like
radar.
PayPal.
It's basically like,
It's like a Venmo.
It's like
you just,
Venmo,
you
yeah.
just pass it, like,
but
money back and forth.
Cash App also
So
does.
it's e-transfer for us.
But they don't have e-transfer in the
right,
States.
so they have second party.
Cash
yeah,
App also does
Which is
investing.
fucking stupid.
Cash
I
App
know,
does
so
investing, right? So your Wealthsimple is a Cash App clone.
But why would you even want that? Because like as a bank,
What?
why would you allow? Like, is there a law in place for that? Because like banks make money off e-transfers.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're talking my book here.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
why would you want to be like,
Because-
we're not? Are they not allowed?
I don't think banks can get in the way of that because America is all about you cannot impinge on my freedoms with your monopoly power. You can't do it. And so that's why it's such a big deal over there. So even better when these what was the American CERB called? I forget. PPP, payroll protection or something like that.
I don't know.
Whatever with the stimmy checks they got, the $1,200 stimmy checks, just before that happened,
Shoot my
Square,
fucking face off.
Square and Cash App gave their clients the option to get transit numbers, like routing numbers and accounts, bank accounts,
Oh, yeah?
on
Really?
Cash App. So now you got people getting their stimulus checks on
Hmm.
their fucking phones. The banks,
That's so like
It's-
it seems so fragile.
it's-
like,
but
That's
it's-
why
but
I
it's-
know. That's like I'm kind of like dicey on that.
you
too.
think? Why?
I don't know. I don't mind it because like I do have like I think I have 4 apps on my phone that I have money on.
Yeah.
And then I have my banking app also like on the top of that.
Yeah.
And I feel pretty safe with using all of them too. But like I like having the majority of my money in a bank.
Yeah.
It just feels safer.
But why?
I've never tried to get money out of fucking.
Yeah, but you
pay.
know that in Canada especially, it's like this in the States too. KYC and AML laws, and like in the States, FDIC, like the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, right? To be a money transmitter, you have to basically make nice with all those different agencies, all the lettered agencies that control money and insurance and all these sorts of things, right? To make sure everything's on the up and up. So if you have an app that can handle money for you, it's meeting almost all the same requirements that a bank does.
Okay,
I guess.
Almost all of them.
Let me put it like in layman's terms. Why I get why you're like apprehensive. Like, okay, so imagine I'll put it in, this is a Mike example. So like if you're
This is beyond layman's terms.
yeah. This is for really simple folk. If you're about to get into a fucking fight, okay?
Okay.
You're about to get into a fight, okay? The bank is your fucking big homie.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You know is
He's
going to
backing you up.
You know, regardless, that guy is down. He's got your back no matter what because he's been around. You've seen him. He's been around for years.
He's OG.
Like the banks, he's an OG.
You seen him throw a punch before?
Yeah, and you know the guy can fucking throw heat.
Yeah.
Then you got this new guy, this wiry kind of fucking, he's a fucking bit trippy, right? You're like, maybe this guy can fucking do some shit.
You've heard some shit about him.
You've heard some shit. Word on the street is this guy's live.
Couple of blurry YouTube videos.
Do you trust the live guy who's like, I don't know, maybe he's got your back?
And
But
he costs
but
less.
He costs less, and he goes in, he knocks the guy out, but at the same time, he's dipping his hands in your pocket when you're not looking.
Right,
You gotta
yeah.
Keep him around after that, so who knows what he's like in your house? He might be stealing your fucking
True.
Campino candies or whatever. You don't know. What
Especially after that big guy's gone, you don't know what this wire guy's gonna
That's
fucking
right. You get
do.
rid of the fucking big homie who's gonna be because the banks doesn't give a fuck now. Like that, you okay? Fine, you split off, you broke north. Now you're gonna go hang out with these guys. Go hang out with these fucking sketchy dudes. I don't care.
Exactly.
That's what
Yeah.
it is, and so that's what it's looking at for banking. It's like, I now have apps on my phone with because of you that well, not really you, but you that fucking I have money elsewhere out of the bank.
Yeah.
I trust it, but at the same time, I still look at it and I'm like, at any point in time, this money could just go.
Yeah, like what happens if like these companies are like 6-7 years old, if that. Sometimes they're even younger than that. It's just like that's so much more fragile than a bank
not
that's been
enough.
around for 120 years. You know?
So it's like religions too.
Do they have reserves? Like
Who?
Just fucking apps.
Yeah.
Well, simple and shit. You're like, I mean, it seems like
Simple doesn't have to have reserves because they don't lend money.
they don't do any shit on margin.
No, they don't do anything on margin.
But they make money.
Yeah, and
have to.
and let's give you an example about
How does Well Simple make money? 'Cause
Well
they're not taking
Simple.
any of mine.
Well
Are they
Simple's
taking a
Well.
chunk of my interest?
No, they don't take anything from you per se. What they do is in the world of like big investing. There's can you give me another one of these shit beers? Well, if you got no, thanks.
Whoa. Jimmy Chung.
In the world of big investing, there's
Give me one too, please.
like an
Next screen.
algorithmic trading is like an algorithm that will execute trades for you apart from any basically human input or emotion.
It's automatic.
It's all based on statistics
Which
and
is
numbers,
like
right?
to me, that's like giving my money to a broker.
So here, here's how they make money. Thank you.
Blue, bro.
Here's how they make money. Me and you and Will, we trade on Well Simple. When we put an order in for something, whether it's a buy or a sell, it goes to something that's typically referred to as an order book. So you can see in TD's app, for example, once you have a certain amount of money in there, you can see what's called the order book on a stock. It's basically the bids, how much people want to pay, and the asks, how much people want to sell for. And it gives you a list of the bids and asks and the different prices and how many stocks and all that stuff, okay? Well Simple takes all that information for every stock they have, they sell it to algorithmic trading firms, big firms. And so those nanoseconds,
Selling information essentially.
they're selling your desires on the market. And what they do is those algos basically trade and I mean,
That's like the
term
that bothers me the least.
the term
of
is
information selling.
well. Here's
It
the
really
thing:
does.
if you're an investor, like Will's made this,
It's the most like
Will's made this distinction.
personal information theft.
Yeah, but
of all time.
Will's made this distinction on the show before. If you're an investor, then I don't give a fuck if you tell them I want to buy Apple stock. Like it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah,
But-
I'm gonna buy it at this price.
Doesn't matter.
Sorry, I don't give a fuck if they make like 30 cents off of my
Yeah,
trade. I don't
yeah.
give a fuck. I'm in it to get way more than
That's
that.
right. I'm in it for the longer haul, right? And so these guys sell the order
And
book.
it's less than paying $7 a trade or whatever.
Seven's fucking 10.
Yeah, it's way it's like
For any
significant.
volume,
It's like, yeah,
$10.
you can take my information, but give me a fucking cheap trade. Sure.
That's what I mean.
That's what I'm
Easy
thinking
game.
about doing. I'm thinking about moving all of my shit from my like trading account that's like $7 every trade
Yeah.
into Wealthsimple, but I haven't made the decision yet because it's also going to cost me like $70 to get out of all my
Got
stocks.
it. Yeah. That's
you
the
gotta
problem.
Sell, or
I'm not-
You,
Yeah.
you have to sell, get
Yeah.
all your money, and then transfer.
I basically kept anything that I had like a serious position in on TD. I just left it there.
Yeah.
I took out like, I don't know, it ended up being like $900 or something from like the smaller stuff that I was in. And I just put it in Wealthsimple.
Yeah.
The thing that I don't like about Wealthsimple is that because it's such a customer facing app, like client facing app, and it's meant to attract like, a little hurricane going in there, eh? What's that about?
I don't know. This beer's pretty old.
Weird. So anyway, yeah, that is weird. Very weird. So
I wouldn't trust it.
the Wealthsimple guys, because the
No
app
option.
is so focused on beginners, they protect beginners basically by keeping stocks that are under a certain price or under a certain market cap off the listings. So every month or so, or every 2 months, Wealthsimple will send out an email like, here's the stuff we added, here's the stuff we took off. So if you have a stock that's like, it goes tits up, right? Lemonade, pet insurance, or whatever we were just talking about. But seriously, like the IPO market now is like so fragile.
Maybe.
So
My
anyway,
fucking luck
Might pop.
that's how
might hit.
that's how they make money, is they sell your book, and they do a pretty good job. I'm surprised to hear that you guys, because I never heard this from either of you before. Like you've said about Bitcoin, but not about like a traditional investing vehicle. And that's really what it is, right? It's
Saying what?
that you think it might be fragile.
Well, kind of it. It's just because it's new. It's just there's not enough for me anyway. There's not enough background to it.
History, yeah.
I just don't know. Like I mean, like the big homie in the back. I know what he's capable of. I know what he's gonna do.
Yeah. It just seems safer to have like a majority of my money in a bank,
And banks on the whole are fucking trash. Like they're shit. Like
That's
they're
why
fucking-
I didn't like that description you gave about the big guy who's got your back. He can throw a punch, because that's not what the bank is. The bank is the guy who brings you to the fight and pumps you up for it, and then as soon as you get whacked, instead of helping you up, they ask for a couple of bucks
Right.
before they give you a hand. That's really what the bank is.
Yeah. No, I meant
They instill
you're right.
confidence,
You're
but they don't.
definitely right.
They
You're
never.
definitely right.
They'll never help you for nothing.
Yeah, but
No,
no,
like,
no
no
one
way.
will though.
I know,
no
but
one
that's
will.
what I'm saying. So why
Well, the
why
homies
do you
will.
care about the bank? Like why? Like who gives
Well,
a
it's a
shit?
fucking-
Secure. That's what I. That's why I
was just
want
to
it.
paint a picture. Like I know the banks don't have your back like the OG homie does,
Yeah.
but like that's just like to kind of put a comparative to it, because like the banks, yeah, like they will, like, I don't know how to even put this into words. Like
Try.
they will fucking. It's tough. This is tough.
This is the vegetables that completes the fucking plate, Mike. When you don't know what to say and you just try, and
value
then
in the struggle, man.
yeah, and then
But
you get it out, and then we
Well,
fucking
like
go for
they-
20 more minutes on.
You just know for a fact that you're not gonna get completely fucked with the bank.
like
Like
there's.
they will kick you when you're down, but so will everybody else.
So are you
Yes.
saying? So are you really putting your faith in the bank, or like the regulatory aspect of what it means to become a bank?
If you're asking me that,
'Cause the bank
I would
will-
like to fucking stuff my walls with cash.
Because the bank will fuck you if they get a chance, right?
course,
But the
but
reason they don't
so
get the
will
reason
everybody else.
I know, but the reason they don't get a chance,
Jesus.
the reason
That's
they don't
disgraceful.
the reason they don't get a chance is because of the regulatory aspect of banking. That's not a bank. If anything, the bank wants less of that, not more of that.
What,
You know?
like the
Yeah. Do you think
third-party
do you
shit?
think the bank wants a tougher stress test on mortgages?
No.
They don't give a fuck. They'd
No.
much rather just take the money
We
and
were
run.
talking about that today when we were leaving the golf course. We were talking about like the two guys I was with. They financed their vehicles, and I just took a line of credit on mine.
yeah.
And they're just like, well, our interest is whatever 2.99 or whatever. And I'm like, my interest is my interest straight up. I took $10,000 out of the bank. I now have the freedom to pay it back whenever I want, because the bank doesn't give a fuck if I pay it back sooner or later, because
right.
they're collecting,
Yeah, exactly.
right? So, but like if you're financing it through like Mazda or whatever, they need that payment because they need to pay that off. So I paid the dealership. The dealership's got their money. They're not bugging me.
Right.
Nobody's bugging me. So that's what I like in a sense. It's not smart. It's not like I would recommend doing that, but I would recommend doing that, because especially if you're in a position where you need a fucking vehicle, cars especially.
I always recommend going to the bank, getting a car loan from the bank.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck do you think that the dealership does?
know.
Way worse. Like,
They do that, but they
but
take
they
a
just- they get
percentage
an
off
extra
top.
scalp.
Exactly. They skim it. So it's like, to get like I couldn't even stress it more than being like, I don't know why you would finance through
So other
a fucking.
I would
car
never,
dealership.
yeah.
You're right. The other reason I think banks are not as on firm footing as everyone says. Okay, this is something I didn't know until the other day when I looked this up.
The other day or 5 minutes ago?
The other day, but I pulled it up again because I want to get the month and time right. So in October 2007, we'll just use CIBC as an example. Major Canadian bank, right?
My
There's only
bank.
4 of them. CIBC in 2007, sorry, October 1st, 2007, $102 the stock was.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to guess, what do you think the stock is now?
Oh, right now?
Speaking with my heart, I think it's low.
10 years.
10 years.
13 years. 13 years.
$130.
It's 97. So are you telling me that the bank who wants to fucking put money in investors' pockets, if they're buying, they couldn't get back over that 2007
Wait,
level?
you think they want that because they said that's what they want?
They want it because it means they're succeeding. That's what they want. That's the measuring stick. So when
Yeah, but you could say whatever you want and have like the same business models in place. It doesn't mean it's going to fucking work.
I know, but I'm just saying that those guys, for all the stuff they do, any other company on the S&P 500 is probably worth triple what it was in 2007. But these guys, like a big financial guy with all the government backing, all the support they get from
Go to a big bank from the States then. Go to
like Chase. Is Chase
Sure.
publicly
How many
traded?
banks are
Wells
there in the States?
Fargo.
Is there 52?
banks in the States.
Do you
There's
see-
like
do you
I
see-
think there's like 1,100.
Did you see who fucking
There's a
bailed?
fuck ton.
You see who bailed on Wells Fargo today?
Who was it? Was it Warren?
Buffett, yeah.
Buffin.
Warren Buffett. yeah.
Buff and top.
He bailed and bought fucking gold.
Did he really?
Isn't he on the record saying it's a shiny
Tough
rock? That was him, was it not?
I don't know.
Doesn't pay a dividend. That was his
it doesn't pay a
big
dividend.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I personally don't understand why gold is valuable. I really don't get it. It's not
finite
used, it's not,
resource.
but it's not
Scarcity.
used for what it's a conductor.
because it was.
No one uses it. I mean, when you're not buying gold because you think people
I just
are
don't,
going
I
to be
don't
building
like
computers.
it just blows my mind that that's the thing. That's like
Yeah.
the value behind currency. It is a shiny rock.
the only
It's not-
gold I want is in my Timex watch.
I just don't understand.
But
I don't
because
understand
that's
it.
what started. Like that's what like money was.
I guess I get like it's like here's a gold
What is-
shilling. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's
What
just,
is
it's
Wells?
just an odd thing. Like it's a weird
WFM?
concept because like money to me is a weird concept. Like to me, like this is gonna blow. Like economists are gonna fucking lose their shit when they hear this. I think money should be nothing. It should just be like this is the deal. This is like it should be like you seen Recess when they're trading like fucking
The barter
comics
system.
and
That's what you want.
comics or whatever those stickers and shit.
Yeah.
They're worthless, but they're not worthless because people think it is. It's like
Right.
I just don't understand why gold is worth something. I just don't get it. Like I just can't wrap my head around it. I know it's like a finite resource.
I think
but
you just had
who
to-
gives a fuck.
They just had to like pick something at the beginning because they were like, we need something that's like finite.
Why didn't they just pick like soil? There's tons of it.
exactly.
It's just weird. Like, it's obviously that was dumb as hell.
I was thinking about you.
It's just weird.
I was thinking about you today. You know what's going crazy right now in the market? Lumber. I'm pretty sure at the initial campfire brainstorming, you were talking about investing in wood. You'd be crushing if you were investing in wood right
But wood's
now.
an actual good thing to invest in
Wood.
because you're buying shit like wood makes sense. You can't build a fucking well, some people probably can. But you can't build a fucking house out of gold. wouldn't be the
That's
best.
just someone
idea.
that just
Trump has
tried.
that one picture where like he's in a hotel room, probably in Trump Tower, and like basically everything.
That is Trump
gold.
Tower, yeah.
It's like super fucking
What
weird.
do you do? Like say hypothetically you have all the gold.
Yeah,
What now?
You
What
just-
do you do with
you
it?
just got
There's
it.
no practical
it's
reasoning
called
behind
yeah,
it.
it's called floss,
I
baby.
Are
you kidding me?
What do you do with the gold? Well, I have it.
Sprinkle it on the
Yeah.
peasants off
I
the
just
fucking
have it.
off the tower,
Like
bud.
it does. It's like it's an electrical conductor. That's what it is.
I bet
It's
you
like
have-
the best
yeah.
conductor you could ever have. That's it, and it's not used for that at all.
Okay,
I
so
wonder if like one person just bought all the gold and like, everyone decides like, you know what? Fuck gold, right? That one,
Yeah.
it's good. It's silver now. Fuck
Oh,
gold.
man.
Yeah, sorry,
Fucking-
bro.
It's so fucking
Worth
weird to
nothing.
me. I just can't wrap my head around it. I'm sure there's more to the story. I just cannot grasp it. I'm like, okay, I just go with it. I'm like, okay, well, gold's the shit. I
Yeah.
guess. I just there's no practical value to
Well,
it.
we
at
do
all for what
paper
we use
money.
it for.
Paper money isn't shit either, right?
Well, now it's not even paper. It's just fucking.
Okay, what do you
number
think-
on a screen.
Yeah.
Wells Fargo, October 1st, 07. Price was, say, we'll give it a generous $38. Wells Fargo today, what do you think it is?
$18.
95.
25.
Oh wow.
So you can go across, I would guess, a bunch of the financials and get this. The big four in Canada all suffer from this problem.
Yeah.
I didn't look at any of the American banks, but Wells has it. I would guess a bunch of the other ones do. Also worth mentioning on the technical side, Wells has almost never been under the 200-week moving average. It's under and staying under now.
So investing in American banks, bad idea?
I would buy right now. Warren Buffett just bought
I think it's what he just bought. What do you mean?
Bank of America. I'm pretty sure he just bought a shit ton of
Did
it.
he BOA? I don't know. But like, I wouldn't invest in any financials personally because they're not gonna turn your account. There's no like real upside possibility there. It's stable, but it's not gonna blow your socks off.
I know, that's the thing. And it's dividend too.
Yeah. True. That's fair.
Did you see that what Visual Cap posted today?
I didn't.
It's the profit per employee. Financials was like so much higher than everything else.
Really?
Yeah. Like
I guess
Fannie,
that makes sense.
I think Fannie Mae, like the mortgage company in the States,
yeah.
is $1.2 million in profit per employee.
Don't forget Fannie and Freddie are like less than 10 years away from their bailout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little more than 10 years now. But yeah, I don't doubt it. But it's not.
Well, think about it. What other companies can
It's
create
not
that much money?
But it's not. It's not like they're doing it through innovation. They're doing it.
No,
because
absolutely not. No, they're middlemaning everything. That's what
it.
they do. That's what they do.
It's rent seeking, and that's really what drives me fucking nuts about banks too. Is the rent seeking behavior? They don't add any value.
No.
Is that incredible? Like they have the most profit per employee, and they add zero value.
That's hard. I mean,
what value do they add? When you go to the bank, are you ever like, that was a good value?
oh, to me, yeah,
To anyone.
I'm just thinking like what an investment bank does, like where they kind of like underwrite shares and like it's all about connections though. It's not really about. It's like they basically provide you with a list of clients and shit for shares. Like
Right.
I can see that being beneficial and like kind of a value add for like definitely for a company, right? Like you can't just go out and do that yourself.
No.
Because you don't know the players and you can't sell your own stock. So like you do need that. But I guess like for me, what's the value add for like CIBC versus like a shoebox under my bed?
Nothing.
You know?
Nothing.
Besides security.
0.001% interest
safety.
in the high interest savings account. It's under. There are people I work with, man, and like I won't name names, obviously, but I worry that the financial literacy of people is like on such a steep decline, even in people a lot older than me, where I keep on hearing the phrase high interest savings when referring to like.
Do people use savings account for that? That's fucked.
Yeah,
that's
they
so
do.
fucking.
It's insane. It's insane.
I look at my savings account and I have like checkings and savings in my online banking, and it's like I see savings and I'm like, why would I might as well just have it in my checkings account.
Yeah.
It's just in another account now. I can still get it. I used to do it when I was like younger, and I'm like, this is such a why.
It's so
exactly.
Dumb. It's
So
so
put it
dumb.
like put it in like a where you can't get it.
Stocks, baby.
Even if stocks and whatever, but
TFSAs,
our RSPs,
whatever.
TFSAs, sure. But even then, it's like this is even before we were thinking like that. Just put it into an account where you cannot access it at least.
Yeah.
Like I just had it in a savings account, and all it was one click, and I just move it.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
it's just like I had it in this shoebox, and I moved it to this pillowcase.
Yeah.
I can't touch that.
And I
one.
carry the pillowcase around with me.
I just can't have it. I can't touch it because
What's in
I
the
said so.
pillowcase?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the
Nothing.
dumbest shit ever. It's like at least with like an RSP, yeah, it's kind of what I don't like is that like you can't access it immediately. It's kind of a bitch.
What are you talking
Well, I mean,
about?
That's why I don't.
it's right in the name though, right?
Personally, I don't like it because I'm like, I just want that fucking money because I needed it. Like when I totaled my car, I fucking needed it.
Yeah.
And it sucked ass because I
Can't get
lost
it.
like
Can't
fucking
get it, yeah.
$500
Yeah.
to get it. I was like,
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is, shit.
That's why it exists though.
Yeah, no, it's a shitty like right there.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't even count that as money I have, honestly.
Me
I just
neither.
I don't
Me
even
neither.
count. I just see that
That's
I'm
how
like,
it should
I don't
be.
have
That's
that.
the exact way to look at it.
It just sits.
Yeah.
It is. It just is.
I still have to pay back my 10,000 or whatever I took out of my RSP back
Oh
in.
yeah.
Yeah, I just
that
started.
home buyer?
I just started paying it this year. Yeah,
Yeah, and they don't care. They'll take your interest.
10 years. You got to pay it back.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, but they don't care. Take it.
Yeah,
Take it. We dare
I
you.
auto
We dare
deposit
you to
my
take it.
RSPs.
yeah. So do I.
That's it.
I
You
just
should-
started doing that
you
this
should
year.
do that.
Yeah.
That's
Well
what I
Simple. Well Simple does it. I didn't even know. So I
Oh,
just
really?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I just set it up. There's two Well Simple apps. One is
Trading.
self-directed. The other one is all automatic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine
so,
goes into my automatic, and then if I want to trade, I'll just take out of that.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? I do that.
That's what
too.
I do. I'm just
Yeah.
nothing wrong. That's what I do. Like
a good idea.
that's what I did. I just did it recently.
You have auto deposit for Wealth Simple?
Yeah,
Oh, you do.
every week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The other Well Simple like you're
TSLA,
saying.
might as
Yeah,
well, right?
it just takes money all the time. That's what I was telling you. And then suddenly I'll look in there and there's like $600.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll take it and buy stock.
It's been great, man, for my TFSA having it auto, because I have my RSP auto deposit and my TFSA.
Nice.
So like, man, in the last few months, it's been fucking sick.
Yeah,
'Cause,
sure.
like, I just have money going into my TFSA, and the stocks have just been going up like fucking
Yeah,
crazy. Like
it
every
feels
time I'm
good.
just looking at my TFSA, I'm like, holy fuck,
More money.
Man, I
God
like
damn.
too.
I love money.
Like I honestly, as much earlier as we weren't shitting, but it was more so we're just kind of like toting the line of like, I don't know if I trust this kind of thing. I like Well Simple a lot based on the interface. Like for guys that aren't good at it, are new at it, they paint a good picture.
What do you like about it? What do you like? Give me some deets.
You go in. First of all, the interface is super easy.
This is not a paid advertisement, but I'm interested in hearing what you think.
clean as fuck.
Super clean,
Yeah.
super nice to look
Yeah.
at, easy to maneuver, easy to navigate. And then it goes, you have your TFSA, and then it tells you how much you've made in total, your total returns, which I was down for. So I'm like,
Fuck yeah.
oh, I had like $2,000 in there, and I've made over time since I started $150.
Yeah.
Just extra money. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's so sick.
It's fucking cool. It does it all the time. How much you made? How much you made? It's fucking cool. As opposed to the bank, I'm sitting there waiting for like when I started a TFSA and RSP at my bank, they're like, do you want over the internet like an email, or do you want hard copy? I'm like, hard copy for sure.
Yeah.
Because I want to see it. I won't look at an email.
That's right.
But I want my mom's like, why don't you just get it to your email?
I do
'Cause
both.
I won't look at it.
Mhm.
If I get a letter in the mail, I'm gonna open it and look at it and actually look at what the fuck is going on. It's like getting the letter is different, and that's where I kind of differ because I like old fashioned in that sense. I like a letter in the mail.
I get so much fucking financial mail.
So do I. It
hate
drives me
don't
nuts.
even-
I just
But it's
got-
like I'm
Yeah,
not
but
changing.
didn't you get the best part?
It's the only mail I
once
get.
once you
Yeah.
start
Bank, and I'm
once
like,
you
oh,
start
do I
investing,
open
Mike,
this?
every 3 months, buddy, you get it. There's like 2 or 3 days where you just get nothing but shareholder relations.
Yeah.
Voting on things.
It's like my mom's like, oh, you got more mail. It's like a stack like this big of like the fucking book, the booklets.
So much.
The booklet.
I just got my one for Burcon the other day, pea proteins and other shit. It's
Oh,
fucking
yeah?
it's so thick.
Oh, because
I'll
you
never
buy
read
it
it.
in
yeah.
the company.
'Cause
The
you have-
company's just sending
Yeah.
you their fucking
Every shareholder
Ryan,
They
gets
have
like a
to.
thing.
They have
yeah.
to send it to you.
Yeah.
It's by law. Yeah.
Man, that's so much paper.
There's a fucking ton of paper.
Forget
a part
about
owner
the
in the
fucking
company.
money. Like it's just like because I'm sitting there looking at the paper that I get from the bank, and I don't have that much going on, but I get a stack of mail,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of paper. I'm just thinking about like how many fucking trees are these
These are like-
motherfuckers cutting down?
These are probably
Couple.
50, 60,
Couple
like
trees.
50,
Couple.
60 pages probably each one.
Oh my god,
They are
it's
huge.
and it's all just trash. Everyone's
I know.
just like fuck this.
The best part is
I
you
got
can just
two on my
fucking
nightstand right now,
fire
right? I got the Berkshire Hathaway
do you
one.
read them?
The Berkshire Hathaway one I like to read because it's very interesting. It's not just like an update on his businesses. It's like an update on the economy in general.
It's market commentary.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's what I've heard
From
about
Warren
theirs.
Buffett, so
yeah,
it's like
But he's not like just a company.
no.
It's like you said, a holding company.
Yeah.
It's like his view on shit, which that's makes
Plus,
sense to keep.
I think everyone should read the Berkshire Hathaway one. Honestly, like
the
For
Berkshire
investing, yeah, man,
Berkshire
you can't-
Hathaway calls are online. Like you can
Yeah.
get them all, right? Like
And you
I
can't-
found one last week on the stock split. From 83, it's fucking available.
And you can't look at
Mhm.
Warren Buffett like the fact, oh, he's washed up like that.
No,
whole shit.
yeah,
That's
fuck
just
no.
like
Dave Portnoy told me he's washed up.
yeah, but it's like okay.
I get all my experience
and
in
even if
investing
he
from him.
is washed up, he's worth $74 billion.
Is that
Yeah.
the number?
something like
like
that.
That's a lot.
It's a
Man.
shitload. So obviously he's got some valuable information.
They were
Even if
saying
it's
they,
not your
uh,
strategy.
The
80
the
billion US.
Jesus
yeah.
fucking Christ,
The-
that's like 100 billion
I would
Canadian.
yeah, fuck yeah.
It's 80 billion, 80.2 billion. If you just gave me that 0.2, I'd be.
Oh.
that'd
You
be dope.
said, eh?
Thanks, a little rounding.
No one
error
else is
there.
saying that.
buy a
Sorry,
jet.
Warren.
But
Warren.
yeah,
You buy a jet.
I think his like the
What is
Berkshire
that?
Hathaway meeting, like the shareholder meeting is in Omaha, and it's like hundreds of thousands of people now, and I think it's called the Woodstock of capitalism.
I want to look up this
What's the fucking math for this? Sorry, what's point two of
200 million.
$200 million. Yeah, it's a lot.
Give me a fucking break.
It's a lot of money. I was watching this show the other night with your sister, or actually she was watching it and I was just in the room.
$100
Siesta
dude.
Key.
That's fuck you money, and it's 0.2.
People don't realize how much money these kids on TV are like in their 20s and they're asking how many millions are in a billion, and they're like it's 100. After if you get to 100 million, it's a
Oh.
billion, and they're like yeah, and then someone else is like no, I think it's 1,000,
It's 1,000
and they're like
million.
you can't. There's like and they're like there's no 1,000 million.
Yeah,
Exactly,
it's
it's a billion.
They didn't get it.
Oh my
It was
God.
really brutal.
insane.
It's really brutal.
1,000 mil.
Fucking drives me
Imagine that.
nuts.
Really fucking
I would
brutal.
like saying that anyway. I got 1,000 mil in the bank.
1,000 millions? It doesn't sound like that much, actually.
Yeah.
How is it possible that Berkshire's
1,000 million sounds better than 1 billion.
Berkshire's B
Ah,
class
no, it
stock
doesn't. No, it
isn't
doesn't.
even moving? It's
Daddy
like
Warbucks
210.
money right there. 1 billion.
Yeah. But he owns so fucking much of it.
I know.
He owns like 30% of it or
I
something.
know, but like how is it possible it's not moving? They're in a bunch of good stuff like that. I've heard in the last couple of weeks all these podcasts about, because I listen to a lot of value podcasts,
So much fucking money.
and these guys all worship at the altar of Buffett, and they
the
hate,
fucking-
but
he's
they like
He's the Oracle of Omaha.
that's right. But
laid the
they
bricks,
fucking
man.
Yeah,
fucking
fuck yeah.
hate when guys like Portnoy get on Twitter, and even though Portnoy is joking and obviously doesn't really believe this, when he gets on Twitter and like fucking trashes Buffett about how he's washed up or whatever.
That's fucking jokes.
And,
That's
and these guys are
hilarious.
and these guys are saying
Treated as
like
an athlete.
and these
that's
guys are
hilarious.
these guys
Horse's
are
angle.
these guys are saying, you know, the best trade of all time is Buffett buying Apple in the 90s when no one else was buying it.
Well, he could just
And
fuck it.
It's the best trade of his life and it's the best trade of all time.
How much did he buy?
I don't think he held on to it if he bought it.
he's got it.
He's got it. No, but he bought it now. He only bought it like
No,
5 years
I
ago.
thought he bought it in the 90s.
No, he bought it like 5
Imagine
years
that.
ago.
Oh, that was fake
Imagine
news.
that.
That was definitely fake news.
Oh, damn.
That would
Because he
attribute to, like,
wouldn't-
probably one of his 80 billion.
Exactly.
He's
because
got
he wouldn't buy anything that he didn't understand. He would not buy any tech stocks.
Which is fair. Like, I mean, it's not smart, I guess. But I mean, yeah, you like
But he
you
says
should invest in what you
only
understand.
investing in his realm of competence.
Yeah,
only
which-
in things
which
that
is-
he
which I-
he
understands.
bought it in
I kinda
20
like
he bought
that.
10 million shares in 2016.
10 million shares.
Yeah, and now it's worth, so that was
I'm fired up to buy one share because I know it's going to split, and I'm going to
in the span of 4 years, the Oracle of Omaha,
Four.
you'll have 4 altogether if you buy one. It's 3 to 1.
See, fuck.
Tesla's
I'm coming
going
for you,
Tesla's
bro.
going 5 to 1.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust Tesla right now.
Why don't they
I
just
wouldn't.
I don't think they
I like-
split the whole S&P. Just right
Yeah.
yeah,
I like Tesla.
jack it up.
I was saying earlier, I was like, I had this kind of, I guess it would be a revelation. I guess I was thinking about Tesla. I'm like, Tesla's going to be worth money, in my opinion, which holds a lot of water. It's going to be worth money in like 20 to 30 years, I think.
What's your thesis
But
for
it
that?
seems like it's already priced in. It's already worth $260 billion, where Ford is worth like
No,
30.
but it's also like, it just seems like they're just adding gas to a fire. It
Don't
just
forget,
seems like.
Tesla-
it's gonna burn down, and then there's gonna be coals on that fire.
You think?
yeah.
So, and I think
I would agree with
let's just
that.
say 15 years, say, for just to put it in more relevant. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, what he is doing, as in space travel and electric cars, like, his focus is electric cars.
For sure.
Like, that is going to be the thing. Like, there's no way it isn't. And Tesla is the
there's-
electric car.
How many fucking states and shit have already, or like, they're all of them said, like, all our public transport, all this is going to be electric by 2030.
It's
Not like
legislated
the-
in some
the-
places.
Yeah.
The planet, if the planet cannot sustain the amount of fucking emissions that we're
Yeah,
just dumping
absolutely.
into it, so it's like we're gonna have to make some sacrifice. Like, all right, fine, we'll get rid of gas powered cars.
Yeah.
but we're keeping the steel mills.
So do you think that Elon Musk will be the richest man in the world in like 10, 20, 30
That's
years?
tough to say. I don't think so.
He's
because
either going to be
Bezos
living
has too
under
much money to work
he's
with.
either going to be the richest man or he's going to be living under a bridge. Those are the two outcomes.
Yeah.
Those are the two outcomes
I
with that
don't see
guy.
him being worth $0.
He's married to Grimes.
Yeah, that's
Which is like-
it's not a good start.
I don't think that's a good
Why
start.
did I call you grimy?
She's like, what did he say the other day on Twitter? He's like, pronouns are stupid, and she like,
Oh yeah.
and she like went after him. She's
Uh-huh.
like, I know this is not you. Your heart is not this dark. Like, please call me, please.
yeah.
Like, what? You have to talk to your husband on
Over
Twitter?
yeah.
Like, what? Wait a minute.
That's how fucking
What the fuck?
blocked off. Yeah, just whatever. You need to get me. Just tweet me.
Deep work.
He's got
down
his
in the
phone
face.
off at the Tesla factory.
Like I was
sleeping on the
saying to
couch.
I don't
you,
even know where he is.
Like
He
I
could be at SpaceX. He could be at Tesla.
Like I was
all
saying,
He'll
right.
Mike,
be in
like-
the fucking
He
space.
could be in Mars right now. I don't know
Yeah.
where he is.
before you got
Hardly
here,
any
me and Mike
reception up there.
were talking about the Tesla like thesis because Mike Tesla tickles his dick a
I
little
like
bit.
it. I
sounds
like it. I like it.
And so I was saying to Mike, like, why doesn't he abandon the electric car thing? Because it's not going to be a
Who,
moneymaker.
Mike or
Tesla?
Tesla? Oh.
Abandon it.
It is gonna be weird.
Go into aerospace and get defense contracts.
That's a good
If you
idea.
think you can, if
But he's
you
not
think
in
you
it
can,
for money. That's the thing. He's not in it for money.
That's the scary part.
He's not
that
in it
could
for
also
money?
be
I don't think he's
beneficial.
in it for money. If he was in it for money, he would have just quit, man. He's worth like $8 billion now. Or more than
He's
that.
Yeah,
worth
he's
more
worth a
than Warren
lot.
Buffett. He's worth like
Worth a lot.
84 billion.
No, I don't think he's worth more than Warren Buffett.
He was he not the
pretty
world's?
sure he is.
Was he not
Pretty
like
sure
he
he is.
entered into the top 5 richest people
I'm pretty
like
sure
a
he
month
is.
ago?
I'm pretty sure he is,
Yeah, I don't know exactly
I
what
think
he's
he
worth.
surpassed Warren Buffett.
Oh, we can look right now.
84, 86.
Because I knew Warren Buffett dropped to the top 5 for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, but that's just like that's a natural succession. Like he goes
76 billion.
Okay, true.
Oh fuck,
It's close. He's within.
that's
Yeah.
fucked. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he was doing it for money. He's got enough. I don't think he's like.
But do they? They don't give a fuck about money. They're playing a game now. That's what they do. Like, there's no way that those guys up at the very top are just like, oh man, times are hard right now.
You don't
Need to
think?
make more. They're
No.
fucking playing a game. They're like, I need to beat the high score.
Yeah, but you think that what Joey was saying that like he should just abandon Tesla and start doing this other shit. Like that's not what he did that for though.
No, I agree with that. But like, I don't think that it would be wise to abandon Tesla.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm
Like,
saying
I mean like in a sense that like for money, because like I think Tesla is going to be
Oh,
like
right.
a par 5 thing. Like it's going to be like he's in the fairway right now, and I think he's going to be getting close to chipping on the green.
I think so too.
And it's going to hit. Like we were talking, he's like, oh, what about? Well, you think Ford's going to like Joey says? You think Ford's going to fucking leave off on this whole electric car?
When
thing?
they
Like,
do
Ford
when they
doesn't
do
give
an
a-
electric car, they're gonna crush it.
I don't think so.
They're because they don't have to do the trial and error that Tesla's had to do.
But
They're
Tesla
gonna,
had to create the market first.
they're gonna reap the benefits of all this guy's hard work. And I hate
Yeah,
to break
for
it to
sure.
you, but there's a lot of people who'd rather own a Ford than a Tesla, and that's not going
But
away.
I think it's equal and opposite too. I think there's a lot of people that would rather own a Tesla than a Ford.
You think?
Because of it. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I don't think it's like a fucking people look at a Tesla like that car fucking sucks.
No, I don't think they. I
Yeah.
don't think that.
Like I've never heard people say they hate.
no,
Tesla.
I don't.
Like,
I don't think.
I think a
that's-
lot of it's going to be who can get the cheapest car
Yeah.
to market.
What happened to fucking what was it? GM? Didn't they go down because they were fucking like General Motors?
They're still around. They probably.
But
I don't
they
know.
went,
Did
like,
they get a
they-
bailout in
they went
2008?
down.
But they went down. And it was,
Everybody went down in
Everyone.
2008.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm going down.
Yeah.
Well, fucking like Ford and GM, they're not doing well right now either.
Well,
No.
basically what's going to happen is it's going to be like hard Ford lovers, hard Chevy lovers, all the fucking,
Yeah.
you name it, the big car guys are going to be like, I'm not buying a Tesla, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
But Tesla's going to be like, well, whatever. And then the youth is coming in, and the youth
Exactly,
always comes
yeah.
in. And that's like what people aren't understanding. It's
The
just like,
Ute?
the youth, fam. They're coming in,
Yeah.
and they're because then they're going to look at this fucking revolutionary guy who's doing all this cool shit. Like, oh, that guy's fucking awesome. I'll buy his car.
Okay,
Well,
other-
the youth takes over everything, no matter what.
New game, 2008, September 1st or October 1st. Let's go with 2007. Actually, that's the date we've been using.
New game. Can we
Ford
lose
stock.
save
Ford
file?
stock about 890, 886, something like that. What do you think Ford is now?
150.
28.
704.
Ooh, I was way up.
Ford in 2008's
28
financial
bucks?
crisis dropped to $1.
Is it stock?
Per
is it
share.
split
But
adjusted?
that's so fucked up.
I don't know if it's split adjusted or not. Well, it's good.
Why,
good-
like,
good
why?
question.
People can't buy new cars.
I mean, the highest, even
Yeah.
if it was split adjusted, the highest it ever got was, the last 15 years, highest it ever got was 17.
Yeah. See, yeah, they've been struggling. It's because it's such a capital intensive business, right? You have to retool your shit, and like it's like billions of dollars to retool their plans,
At least, yeah.
and they had to come out with new cars and shit every year.
Yeah.
and if they fucking blow it,
Yeah,
there
exactly.
it goes. And they come out with like all they do, I guess all the big cars, they just come out with a new car that's just a little bit different than the last.
It's
Yeah.
like phones.
What's that?
It's like phones.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, Tesla comes out with this brand new shit, fucking weird car. Like a lot of people don't like the designs on it. Like a lot of gearheads are like, oh, it's fucking terrible. Like the door lines and shit. It
Oh,
looks like
yeah, yeah.
shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever.
I love it, man.
I like.
I think they're nice looking
sleek
cars. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, and like when you say you buy Tesla, are you getting SpaceX and
Yes.
Boring? No, they're all
No, you're
separate.
not.
They're all separate.
SpaceX is
SpaceX is its own
thing.
company.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What if he?
Oh,
What
that's
if he?
even worse.
But does he
Why
have-
would you ever invest in Tesla?
I'm just fucking.
I know. I'm not
just
attacking
I don't
you.
know.
I'm just fucking saying.
I don't
it
know.
just
I just
doesn't
like
make
it.
sense.
I like it, and you have to understand that I don't know shit.
Tesla's also doing like the transport trucks now too, and it's gonna be they're so like, even if they're not obviously they're first for electric cars, obviously,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But they're not stopping there though. They're trying to go fully autonomous driving cars. You know,
Yeah.
I
First
think
company that
they're
nails
gonna
that.
do that first.
Whoever nails that is going to change everything.
Yeah, because everyone's playing catch up with Tesla for electric cars, and while I think Tesla is like, all right, we got that shit done, let's go and do this other shit now. It's even crazier. So like, they're gonna have autonomous like transport trucks and shit.
SpaceX is not public.
No, I know.
Wow. Holy fuck. I don't know. Elon. I like Elon, but
I personally wouldn't buy Tesla now. It just
Yeah.
seems fucked. Like
It's frothy.
I'm not
It's
buying
frothy.
it.
it seems very fucking expensive
I'm
right
not
now.
buying it, but
Wait till
I
the
just
split.
like it.
Wait till the split, buddy.
Man, there's companies, those
Get in
fucking, those other companies like Neo and shit, that the other like, and Nikola.
Rivian,
They
Nikola.
have, so there's other like electric car companies, right? They don't even have a product to sell. $22 billion market
Yeah.
cap.
Yeah.
They haven't even come out with a car yet.
What? Like, what is that about? How did
Exactly.
they swing that is what I'm more interested in.
They're just because they're like, oh, Tesla. There's a huge like the
huge
the
market.
electric car sector is super hot right now.
Yeah.
We are going to be making electric cars soon. Let's basically
Need your help.
no. They're just like we are a
Yeah, it's
private
basically
company.
a Ponzi.
So they go, yeah.
yeah.
So they like reverse. They merge into a public company already.
Yeah.
That's already like a public company. So they basically become public, and then the stock just fucking goes up so much because people are like so fucking enamored.
This
with
is the
electric
same.
car stocks.
This
right
is
now.
the same shit that happened in 2017 in crypto when Bitcoin took off. Everyone wanted to get on board with the next
There it is.
Bitcoin.
Everything, yeah.
Because it was so
Knew
everything was
it.
so fucking
It's only
cheap.
a matter of
It was like,
fucking
oh,
knew
I
it.
can get on the next Bitcoin. It's only $1 per coin. Bitcoin
Yeah.
is $7,000. I can't. And then everyone just rips. And I think honestly, part of the maybe not a problem, but part of this phenomenon, I would guess it's like a 60% of the pie at this point is retail. Retail
Fuck yeah, it is.
chases dragons. They will fucking pump stocks. Any
Well, what-
fucking stock.
What is it, like 30, 40, 50% is now retail?
I don't know. It's got to
It's
be.
a lot.
It's got to be at least that much. I don't know what the number is, but it's
Yeah, I
fucking
think it's
high.
up there now. Yeah.
Everyone's been sitting at home going on Motley Fool buying fucking stocks.
And
on
Robinhood and Wealthsimple with no like
Robinhood,
no-
Robinhood, Cash App do what is the term? Fractional shares too.
I know they do. I
So-
know. I looked it up.
You can buy like fucking $250 of a share.
$1 of a
Oh,
share.
yeah.
You could buy like a third of an Amazon share.
Yeah,
I know.
Would. I
pretty
think I
pretty
would.
fucking.
I know.
Cool,
I looked
man.
it up. I couldn't
But
find anything.
what do you lose on that
What do you mean?
by buying one of these fractional shares?
don't lose anything.
What do they take?
Oh, they don't. They probably don't take anything. They sell the order book just like Wealthsimple does. That's how they make money.
Well, I don't know how investing works.
I don't know how we haven't caught up to that. That's
I
gonna
don't
be
know how you guys haven't figured that out either. You just think I'm a lot smarter than I
the
am.
soundbite. I don't know how investing works. Is episode 40 something of an investing podcast?
Yeah, whatever. You at least got me fucking talking. You got me roped into at least being able to hold a conversation.
Like what? Like what? How far have you come? Like the distance you've covered since this time last year.
Well, think about this.
It's unbelievable.
Podcast. It's actually a financial podcast nowadays.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
last
Nah,
few
this
weeks.
is exactly what I didn't want to happen, but fuck it. I'm in now.
It's probably for the greater good.
You
Well,
want
it's gonna
to
help me.
you want to invest in Rust when we
Well, I wanna
started.
do- I wanna-
Yeah.
I don't want to invest in. I want to sell that shit.
Sell Rust. Interesting.
Anybody
Oxidized
into it?
metals.
Rust
No.
never
Trust me,
sleeps,
man. You
man.
put it in coke, turn it into fucking steel.
I don't know. When I
Iron anyway.
think about Tesla too, the other thing that really drives me nuts, and we've talked about this before, is this fucking guy might shoot off a tweet and cost himself, $10 billion.
I don't even
Exactly.
care.
It's insane. That doesn't happen anywhere else.
That's why I'm not buying it. I just like it. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna buy it. Like I was saying earlier, I'm looking at it. I like the stock.
Just admiring it from a distance.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna fucking buy it. It's a terrible idea right now. It's too fucking all over the place. Like I don't know what it is. I want to buy it, but I just don't because I'm like I'm fucking. It's volatile. It's weird.
Before we, I don't know when we're gonna stop, but before we stop, I do have to.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
have an hour probably.
I don't know when we're
Maybe
gonna
not.
stop, but I want to mention to all my GPV holders
Ooh.
something. Yeah. Want to do it right now? Okay, so
Yeah.
I recommended GPV. I don't know, a few weeks ago probably. So it's a green power motor company. They make electric buses. It's in the same vein as Tesla. That's why it reminded me. And I had this on my mind this week, and I did a shit ton of research, did some legwork on the stock, and so I still like it, but it like doubled in the last month. So it's like a little frothy right now.
80 cents on July 15th, and now it's $1.45.
What'd you pay?
You're welcome.
I got out.
I got in at 80 cents.
That's good. Good for you. Well, you know what, Will? Good for you.
I know. But that 80 cents, by the way,
Way to
that
go.
80 cents wasn't a month ago, by the way. The 80 cents was like 6 months ago. So I've been holding it.
Yeah, it was like
down.
it was 40 for a long time.
Exactly. I weathered the storm.
33.
So what was your-
That's what you do. That's how you invest, Joey. You
Well,
weather the storm, and now I'm double
I just wanted a
bagger.
quick
They're
rip.
in the
I'm,
third round. The opponent's gassed.
Exactly.
I'm gonna just keep adding
Throwing some
cash.
jabs in, baby.
I'm gonna keep adding cash to my portfolio in Wealthsimple. I'm gonna keep buying ZQQ every week and VT every week. And I'm just going to keep adding that cash, and eventually I'm going to buy an Amazon stock. That's what I'm going to do.
That's my plan.
All right.
I'm going to do it before the end of the year. I'm going to do it. And
Nice.
if I
Unless
can't,
Amazon's at like 10K.
no, I'm going to get it still. I'll take a loan against my house. 100%.
Just blow that in here. Thanks, man. Okay, anyways.
I mean, don't mind.
So what
Too
I'm going
late
to
now.
say...
You've been fucking pulling that vape for
Not really.
2 hours.
I haven't. I've been fucking
Healthy
minding
living.
it.
Everyone
Nothing
should
to
check
say
out
is
our
gonna-
Instagram story for today, by the way. Good Instagram story from the
Fuck's
account.
sakes. Yeah, make me look real good.
I mean, this won't come out till Monday. The story will be gone. but
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Anyway,
so
show makes me look
okay,
good.
how did you find out about GPV? Because that's another thing I didn't get.
That's what I was gonna ask.
And like people
How
are
did you fucking-
people are texting me going, "Will, great call on GPV."
Yeah, where's Waldo?
Where the fuck was my text about Spotify doubling in value right after I pitched it here?
Fuck
What happened to that?
Yeah, it's too obvious.
Disappeared. No credit.
No,
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's on it. Boom, it's gonna go up. No,
No,
shit.
Yeah, because everyone knew where you got that from.
No
Yeah,
credit. No credit. at all.
None deserved.
Fucking wow.
Hey,
Whatever,
Joe,
man. I don't even
hey, Joe, why
remember
you
where I
just go
found
fuck
GPV.
yourself?
You don't know where you
I
found
remember being involved. Like I remember being like, oh, like Tesla's nice. I like this space, and then looking for other like smaller names in the space, and then I came across GPV just in like I don't know, random research. But anyway, so I did a lot more research on GPV. This is gonna not mean a lot to anyone unless you own the stock.
Drop
basically.
the heat, man.
Whatever. Okay.
Convince me to get back in this.
No, it's gonna
in this
convince you to-
absolute heater market.
No, this is the opposite. This is a warning for GPV
Okay.
shareholders. Okay, I don't
Back into
know.
the storm, are you?
Yeah, so I don't know where the fucking stock's gonna go. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm gonna hold it.
Not financial advice.
But okay, so where they sell the majority of their buses and their vehicles is in California because
Okay.
they're located on the West Coast in BC and they have a headquarters in California too. So I looked up. Okay, anyways, so they have their vans are qualified for this HPIV voucher basically. So if you are like a dealer or if you want to buy like a bunch of these vans that they have, you can go apply through this government program to get a discount on the van, which is like a fuck ton. It's like 80, 90, 100 grand that you can get off of this because it's electric and you can like use it for your fleet,
Is
right?
that a grant or something?
Yeah. So I looked up where the money for that grant comes
Oh boy.
and it's the cap and trade program in California.
I fucking this is the same as Tesla. Tesla did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, are they still doing that?
Yes.
Okay, well then Tesla, this is a fucking hot take for Tesla then too. So a lot of the cap and trade revenue goes towards HPIV, which goes towards discounting electric vehicles. Okay. And the cap and trade is basically an auction every quarter where big industries in California buy and they don't sell.
Should we
They buy.
explain? Should we explain like the sort of the bedrock of cap and trade?
Well, yeah, sure. Okay. So basically, well, I'm doing that right now.
Okay. All right. I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, the cap and trade program is basically where big industries in California they can buy tonnage of emissions, basically. So the government holds emission auctions 4 times a year, and so you can. So if your company manufactures shit and you emit greenhouse gases, because that's why it's capped, right? So the cap and trade. So the government of California caps the emissions, and then they have all these vouchers for emissions, and they have an auction, and your company that emits something buys those vouchers from me. So every quarter, the government of California says we can only allow this much emissions. That's why they're doing this. So every quarter, they down it a tiny bit to eventually get to their goal in 2030 or something. So they sell emissions every quarter.
I don't understand that.
I don't
How
understand.
do you quantify emissions? Aren't they just fucking?
That's a whole other animal, but you're
do you-
exactly right. It's a huge fucking scam.
Doesn't make
Is
any
what it is.
Yeah.
It's a huge
I have no
fucking
fucking
scam.
clue.
even if they just go up into the sky with a big bag. Yeah, we'll get this.
Well, they just think like
buy some here. Go ahead, put your bottle in.
I think they're like I don't know, like a ton of coal produces this much emissions. You burn this many a year, so you need this much emissions.
So that's
Yeah,
using
yeah.
other fucking material to quantify
Yeah.
how much emissions it
Yeah,
releases.
yeah.
Okay.
So then basically you're just like they're like okay,
Weird.
we're allowing
Fucking
we're allowing X amount of emissions this quarter. We're letting the companies bid on them. So there was like record, and then all that money goes towards environmental causes, but I would say 80% of it goes towards discounting electric vehicles.
Yeah.
So I found a bunch of old stats, and they were like,
Hang on. Discounting through subsidy?
Vouchers.
Okay.
Yeah, not even tax. It's
Okay.
just right at point of sale vouchers.
That's what I mean. Okay, sure.
Yeah,
'Cause
point of sale vouchers.
Ontario had a program like that for a long time. I don't think they have it anymore.
No,
but-
Quebec does.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. So basically, they have they sell all these, and then so basically the proceeds from the auctions dictates how much discounts people will get on their electric vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So in the past, these auctions have created like $600, $700 million every quarter for basically discounting EVs. I looked at the most recent auction, which was in May.
The fuck is an EV?
Electric vehicle.
Okay.
The most recent auction was in May, and it only made $23 million.
Oh no. Oh, no.
So it made like a significantly amount less.
It's
so,
1%.
yes.
Yeah.
So that percent or like that amount that was going to discount EVs is going to plummet now because of no one's buying any emissions because of COVID and shit, because all industries were shuttered. So no one is buying cap and trade. So no one's buying emissions from cap and trade, which means there's no revenue to go towards discounting EVs for people. So that means there's going to be a lot less EV sales in the next 4 to 6, 8 months
There's no discount.
because there's no discounts. And people know that the discount will come back in a couple of years or next year, whenever businesses come back. So there's no incentive for them to buy now.
Par 5.
So
Par 5.
I'm saying
612 yards.
be ready for a dip in the next 6
Huge.
The
months.
pin is in the back of the green as
That's
well.
good
Yeah.
fucking research, Will.
That was
in
some
the back of
legwork.
the
That took a
green.
long fucking
That's good.
time.
That's good research.
And you're in the bunker on your third shot.
I know.
So be careful.
But
This
by the
is-
way, I'm holding GPV because I like it.
Yeah, why not, right? If you're in it for the long haul.
I'm
it doesn't
also
matter.
doubled on it already. So
So we talked about this a few weeks ago, the regulatory credits on Tesla's Q2 earnings call. It was their fourth quarter of profitability in a row, even through COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And so people were hyped on that. That was part of the big run up to almost $2,000 in Tesla. Right up until somebody started digging through the investor relations stuff and saw that of their profitable quarter, do you know how much money they sold and dollars they reaped in profit from their credits?
how much?
$430 million.
I bet you that's down.
So they sell. So Tesla, to remain profitable, sells the credits that they're not using because they produce ZEVs, zero emission vehicles. And so this is like
That car's running on water? Like, what is that?
electricity, no smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, no smoke.
What
Right?
do you-
Yeah.
I don't- this is-
This is the lingo.
Can you just fucking speak with words?
We're speaking in the this is the parlance of the day.
Goddamn fucking
Acronyms?
abbreviations.
So, like-
acronyms drive me nuts.
So like how
Like an idiot ass. What's an EV electric vehicle?
this isn't sustainable is the point though. Like
Yeah.
this you the question you asked is the question everybody should be asking. How
Quantifying
the
emissions? I
fuck
don't
are you
understand.
measuring this?
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, you did kind of paint it out pretty good. Like that does make sense. Like they're just like, okay, X amount of coal produces X amount of emissions. That kind of makes sense. I just
Yeah.
don't understand after that how they sell that.
And think about a few years ago.
What are they selling?
A few years ago, you'll
I don't
remember
know how
that.
you keep track of it.
That's
What
a
are they
problem.
selling?
And
Like-
and car manufacturers lie about it. Like Volkswagen
Of course, they
got fucking
They
caught.
got fucked.
You know what I mean?
They got fucked.
And so, do you think that every other car manufacturer is
And I am a
not doing
Volkswagen
this?
owner too, but I still don't give a.
Do you think that every other car manufacturer is doing that?
Yeah,
of course they are.
Of course.
Of course
Why
they
wouldn't
are.
they? They've got away with murder.
It's
for
just a
fucking
huge.
Years.
It's
Of
just a
course they're gonna-
huge
they're gonna
scam.
Stop.
Everything's a huge scam.
Of course, but like if you're talking like a business at that level, the amount of shit this goes back to the banks being not transparent about
Yes.
fucking anything.
Yes.
Like no business,
I mean, it's part of
especially a
it.
big corporation. They're the most opaque fucking thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Just like fucking Sunny D. The same shit.
Really
It's a
syrupy.
black box.
They're-
Eh?
It's just but like you have to understand. That's just the way it is. Sorry, bud. Life's
Mm-hmm.
a fucking shit wall to wall.
The thing is that I have long been
Everything sucks. Everybody lies.
I have long been a
just
skeptic.
buy shit, make money, and get out.
I've long
Gotta
been
do
a
it for
skeptic
yourself.
of the way that like global warming is handled by governments and industry. No one is like this is not. I don't think global warming is happening. It's pretty clear that there's some warming going on with the Earth. My problem is that the solution somehow is always to get more money from me through taxes,
taxes.
and these guys are making money by selling credits. Like this is not the fix ultimately. And
Well,
I have a real problem with how Tesla, especially Tesla, I mean, there's a lot of data about these other companies too. Like, and like Will said, you can see the data from the auctions. Like $1 billion almost a quarter. Is that what you said? 700 million some of the time is like, so that's an insane amount of money to be generating on something that, like, I'm not a scientist, but that's got to be difficult to quantify.
So you worked in a lab.
to the tune of $1 billion. How is it possible that these guys are confident enough in the numbers they're pulling down that they can put a value of that, like, that much money on it? It's insane.
Well, the thing is, like, they don't have to do anything because they're the government, and they're like, oh, this is the only way you can emit any emissions. You need to have these.
Right,
you need to have these vouchers from us.
No choice.
Well, and then the other thing too, Joe, what you're saying about like how the government, they need to take money from me, so because they're doing all these emissions taxes and this and that, they're just fucking using that as a vehicle to get money because of all the fucking mistakes that they made. They're just like, oh, we can just do that.
Why don't they just burr it into existence? Burr it.
Yeah, money, exactly.
Yeah, where's the burr machine?
Where's that?
Man. Did you see? Do a podcast with this old white guy was like, keep the money machine going.
Everyone knows the meme.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's common now.
Even
Everyone
like
is like,
85-year-old men.
yeah, like,
hey,
everybody
my
knows
granddaughter,
now.
can you show me that meme again?
Everybody
No,
knows the money
they
printer
just
meme.
do it because they fucked up so many times. They know that the job is impossible. There's no way anybody's gonna go and run for any office, any administration, and be successful. Like, you're failing for sure every time.
It is funny you
So
say
it's
that.
like, okay, fine. We'll just do an emissions tax, a fucking carbon tax, because now CERB, we got to fucking get that money back. All these fucking people are like, no, we're not gonna have to pay that back. And like people like that, like people that I know, were just like fucking.
What are you doing? Are you pulling up the cha-ching?
Trying to find
people,
it. Yeah.
people that I know were just like, oh yeah, man, like I'll work, bank my hours, and just keep getting CERB. I'm like, first of all, fuck you, because I got off as soon as I could.
It's illegal,
because well, it's illegal, and if you get caught, you got to pay it back. But
Yeah.
that aside, if you're probably not going to get caught. Second of all, you're
Sad but
fucking
true.
up. You're fucking over everybody because lots of people are doing that. So if I mitigated it to get out because I just would like to pay less.
You don't want to deal
Even
with
if
that
it's
down the
even if
road.
it's a
Yeah.
little amount less, it's still less.
I think you're right.
Because they're gonna come out with new taxes and this and that because they got to fucking.
Have you
tax
seen?
that.
Have you seen the? I noticed this a while ago, but I didn't really process it until the other day. The gas tax stickers at the pump. How much extra money they charge you on every liter of gas? It's like 20 cents. It's fucking so high.
The gas shouldn't be.
Like, why you gotta knock me an extra 20 cents a liter for
Yeah,
gas?
but what they
Like,
do is they go for like 6
Holy
months at a
fuck.
time, charging $1.30, and then it goes down to $1, and like, oh, gas is cheap.
yeah, I know.
No, it's
I
amazing
know.
because you can just trick idiots, and that's the mass is idiots.
God,
They're
it's
just
so
like,
sad.
we can just all we got to do is raise the price, piss people off, and then we'll just go back. So the gas can be worth 80 cents. At face value,
Yeah.
they charge $1.30, piss people off. They're like, "Oh, we'll charge $1," and they're still making 20 cents.
Let's go back to March when gas was 50 cents.
Fuck. Oh man, that's fucking. I remember
What's
growing up, fucking
happening?
going to the gas station with my dad all the time.
They used to have only 2 digits on the sign.
All the time.
Remember that?
It was
Yeah.
not yet. They didn't even have a 3.
That's
you're
right. That's right.
They didn't even have it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like this is what they do, and people just don't think. People think that they're not getting fucked
Yeah.
because they're just it was $1.30.
There's an interesting phenomenon you hear about all the time because what you're describing is typically referred to as like inflation, right? Where the value of the currency goes down over time. It's like a planned 2% drop. At least that's what the Fed in the U.S. says. About 2% is what they're looking to hit. So you got is your mic on?
Yeah.
I think it's catching that.
I don't know. It should.
But I don't want it to catch it while we're talking.
What about this?
I have a firm feeling because eventually the government will run out of money. I mean, right now printing press go brrr.
Who is that?
Ron Butler.
Nice. That's jokes. Yeah, I think I saw this this thing in on Twitter a few weeks ago, and I don't think I ever brought it up here, but this phenomenon of shrinkflation, where people are like, oh, everything costs the same as it did
like
2
a
years ago,
paradox.
3 years ago, whatever. But do you know like Snickers puts less peanuts in their bars now?
Oh, that shit. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Toblerone puts less peaks on their bars now. You know, Estella isn't 12 ounces anymore; it's 11.2. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Is
That's
it
jokes,
all
yeah.
these things kind of happening
yeah.
slowly? The price is the same, but you get less. Or you get less quality
it's like, but
product.
It's like
or,
it's such a little amount less. Like you're just like whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like the company in a whole is saving millions.
but they're
of dollars
no, but they're
by
not.
doing that.
But they're really not though.
What do you mean?
they're not really saving anything because what they're doing is basically selling
Hedging
it.
their inflation.
Right.
Yeah, they're just all they care about is like your thought. What you're describing, your thought about the Snickers is still $1. It was $1 5 years
Yeah.
ago, 10 years ago. It's still $1 now. Nice,
Plus, like, you like.
and that's it.
The thing is, like, when you look at yourself every single day in the mirror, you don't notice a difference.
You never
Over like
change.
5 years, you never change. And that's the same thing. If you buy a Snickers like every so often, you're never gonna notice like the difference until you take a step back and be
Remember
like,
5 years ago
what
when
the
Snickers were just full of peanuts? Now there's like 4 in there.
yeah.
One for every bite.
Probably like
Yeah.
shittier sugar and like
No,
who
it's-
knows,
yeah,
right?
Well, yeah, that's what. Yeah, well, the candy bar industry. I mean, imagine that.
You see this kind of stuff. It's
I'd
everywhere.
like to be in that business, man.
It's fucking. It's fun. It's never going away.
No, I know.
No,
I
never
know.
going away.
You should invest in candy bars.
Mars bar. You think they're going? They're gone.
Mars?
Mars
You can
is a
invest in
family.
Mars.
No, Mars is a family company. Pretty sure it's still
is it?
privately held.
Really
Damn.
nice, but I always thought Mars bars were weird. I like
can
they
invest in
taste good, but
Nestle.
they made me my mouth feel a bit weird.
Really?
If I don't know what it is,
I love Mars
Huh.
bars.
So do I.
they're just weird.
you
but
can
they're
invest
good.
in
They're
Nestle.
fucking good.
They're
I'm not
good.
mad at them. They're good. I'll get them.
yeah. When's the last time you bought a chocolate bar?
Long time. I don't even.
Yeah,
know. Last
yeah.
time might have been when we were going to hockey. I bought a Bueno.
No, true.
Those are what I
That's
get.
what you
Yeah,
bought?
every time.
Yeah, that was pretty good. You convinced me. I called you out too, and then I bought one, and I was like, "Yeah, this is pretty fucking good."
Taste. It's just like because they're creamy. They're
Then
nice.
I've-
They're
Yeah,
nice,
it's
man.
really
Bueno.
nice.
They're nice. It's a good choice. But like, I'm not a sweet tooth. So
No?
the one thing that I always used to get was that fucking Sidekicks bar.
Oh yeah,
Fucking God damn it! Like every time, like this is
forgot
like
about that.
way back in the day. Like I don't really have much. I'm like more of a salt guy, like chips and shit. I'm not really a sweet tooth, but like we used to go when we were like young. We used to go public swimming and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason,
The
after
best.
you swim for an hour and a half in a pool, you want something just peanut chocolate.
Yeah, and
something,
a freezy.
yeah, and a freezy, yeah. You always get a freezy.
I
yeah.
can't believe freezies are legal.
best.
Just sugar water?
Yeah, I know.
I had a fucking
Freeze 'em
freezy
up.
the other day.
Freeze
They're
'em
in our
up.
fucking basement. I was like,
What?
there's fucking freezies in
The
here?
jumbo?
No, just the halfies.
Who the fuck bought those?
Fucking
Young
from,
Oop?
from the wedding we had.
They don't go
Oh.
bad.
Yeah, they don't go
I guess,
bad. They're
yeah.
just frozen shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go there and you just this one like the Sidekick bar was just
It was fucking
so
mint.
good. Peanut
Nougat.
It was
Yeah.
just so good.
I got a lot of
Hit the
concerns about
spot.
the word
Yeah.
nougat. I
hit
don't
the spot like Ted Nougat. Hit the spot. Hit the spot.
Oh,
It was
no.
just fucking.
Oh,
and
no.
then they just went away, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like, how the fuck does that company go away? Because it
Yeah.
was just exactly what I needed. How come not everybody thinks like me all the time? I don't
I
understand.
bet
That
you
is
Mars
weird.
owned them, and we're just like, yeah, we've only sold 10, and they were all in Dundas in the last year.
One fat ass
pull out.
redhead kid with shitty teeth.
You know
you
what we-
always bought them.
You know what we should do? I just thought about this. I don't know if you guys are interested in something like this, but we should do once a quarter the investors call for your portfolio.
The what?
You have to do an investors call for your portfolio. Like
do
every quarter, you got to like give the thesis, like why you invested in what you invested in, why you sold, why you bought,
Why you're holding?
what's your
So
plan.
it's kind of like
Oh,
a
all right.
review.
Every quarter, yeah, we should
Every
do that.
quarter was
yeah.
that 4 months?
It's 3 months.
Sorry, good math. 1 + 2 is 3. Quick maths.
We should do that. We'll work on that. Do you want to do one more topic? We're an hour and a half in. We can do one more, or we could cut it.
Do you have a note?
I don't have any like notes.
Mine, I was just kind of pissed off about some shit. I don't really want to get into it. But
Today?
we could. Yeah, just like over a lot of.
Let's do it. Go for it.
I know people just bitch a lot about shit, and it's kind of annoying.
Like what?
Everything, whining.
You're bitching about bitching though.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of why I don't want to get into it because I was like in my house today after golf. Like I had a shower and I was just having you have a conversation in the shower yourself. Maybe it's just
I
me.
don't honestly really do
I
that.
do.
I'm undefeated in shower arguments.
I'm just airing out. The
I hope so.
grievances in the shower all the time, but like just shit that's bugging me.
Grievances.
And like I was because I was home alone, so I was just yelling in the shower. I was
What?
fucking not really yelling. I was just raising my voice.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't do it out loud.
I do.
Well, because I knew we were coming to do a podcast, so I was kind of getting fired
Getting in
up.
podcast mode.
Yeah, exactly. I was getting fired up. People just bitch about everything.
Give me an example of something that people complain about that upsets
Well, what
you.
set you off today? Obviously,
Yeah, something must have happened. What tripped the wire?
Nothing really happened. I'm just like kind of like I don't know. I'm like,
Sorry, you
I'm
can
hitting,
tell us
I hit
after
an
the
obstacle
show.
in my life again, like you do all the time. So I'm there now again, and then I'm just thinking about like how I'm handling it in my head, and how I'm just like kind of keeping to myself about it now. Like this is why I didn't really want to talk about it because it's exactly what I'm not doing by using
Right.
this verbal diary.
Yeah.
But people just complain about so much shit about how their job sucks. I don't want to go to work today. Win.
But who like?
Fucking belly aching.
But who listens to that shit?
Yeah.
This is what my beef is like what I'm trying to say is if you're in the like if I were to complain a lot, would you guys like to be in the same room as me?
No.
I fucking can't stand coexisting with people.
The dog
I want
is
them,
upset by
I want
this.
them to stop breathing.
Yeah.
The people that just whine about how hard they got it. I'm like, you got it really hard, eh? Like people that I know,
Yeah.
in the way we live, everything, and they're bitching about their situation. I'm just like,
You know what that
crying
brings
about
though? Like,
this?
if you were to start bitching right now, or like when we were off the mics, whatever, the first thing you're gonna do when you leave the room is be like, "Yo, Joe, like this guy's
fucking
fucked complaining about that shit."
This guy
Like,
kind of sucks.
Yeah, probably.
people that know that you got to like be aware that that's gonna happen. Like, if you're complaining about that shit, other people are talking about how you're complaining.
Yeah.
All the time, all
There's
the time. But
zero doubt.
they never stop complaining. Like at work, I have been getting verbally assaulted for like the last 3 months.
Mhm.
It's fucking jokes.
Right.
I find it hilarious.
Mhm.
There's people there that would probably hate it.
Yeah.
But like this is just the environment that I grew up in. I grew up getting teased and bullied, I guess if you want to even call it bullying. Just
The B
whatever.
word, wow.
I was the young guy, right? I was just getting picked on.
Yeah. Picked on for sure.
But it was always funny. But like I can't wrap my head around why people can't see the humor in their like their shortfallings.
right.
Because it's fucking funny. And they're just like, oh, my life fucking sucks. I'm like, your life is fine. Other people's lives fucking suck ass.
Oh,
There's
fuck
people
yeah.
in Africa who have to walk like 2 miles to carry water, and then there's like a fly on their lip on the way back
The
the
whole
whole
way.
time.
and they
don't
can't
even
even
care.
swat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I'm just like, oh,
Like, come on, are you
really,
kidding?
I really put it together when I was like coming here and I was listening to that Tupac song that I put on called "Me Against the World."
Yeah, it's just me against the world,
Good
baby.
song, good
Yeah,
song.
fuck. I've
And I
been
was like,
bumping
listening-
Tupac recently. It's weird that you've been too.
Fucking, it's good shit.
Pac.
But like it was just like I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, yeah, this guy grew up in the ghetto where there was shit every day, potentially gonna die.
Has
Yeah.
a thug life tattoo across his belly.
He's just, yep, fuck it. This is what I'm doing. And then he just had that attitude. It's me against the world. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But like most people don't have that.
There's some value in that. There's some value in that for sure.
There definitely
Why
Yeah.
don't they?
is.
Why don't you just? Why don't you understand that most people don't care? Everybody's dealing with their own shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's dealing with their own shit. I don't care how good you have it.
Especially like if you're like bitching around like people that grew up around you, you know, like we're all from the area.
I
We all
know.
kind of like
I know.
regardless of like the classes here, they're not that different. We
No.
all have the same opportunities that you did pretty
Fuck
much,
yeah.
you know?
Fuck yeah, and it's just like I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, if you complain to me about like your job, get out of the way. That's all I'm saying. Get out of my fucking way.
Yeah.
I don't have time for you to. I don't even want to listen. Like I don't care about responding. I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to coexist with you
Why do people let their jobs get them down?
because it's
That's one thing I'll never
because they
understand.
feel stuck. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
I do now.
If you're like 45 in a job that you fucking hate with a mortgage, that fucking sucks.
It sucks, but you can still do shit to better yourself and
Definitely.
get out of that.
I've like in the last little
Just
while,
like they like stop. They don't want to keep digging.
but in the last
Yeah.
little while, we've talked about this on the show before. Like, you don't have to pull your momentum from your job. Like, if your job isn't something you love, like, I mean, who cares is the wrong response,
Means
but
of income.
but it's like exactly you pay the bills and you find other things that like that turn your wheels, right?
Oh,
And-
absolutely.
Still get out of that job.
Yeah,
You hate it so
yeah,
much, then
exactly. There's
fucking
other
leave.
there's other opportunities, right? And it may take you doing something outside of your job to realize that you have like a transferable skill, or you learn something new, or meet somebody new, whatever.
Or even just go to a different company, man. They
Yeah.
might do different shit that you
Anything.
like that you might like the guys better. Like
Yeah.
anything.
if you find like you move jobs and like all of a sudden you sit beside this guy who's like dope and like actually your friend. Like I've
Yeah.
had that at my company. I'm like, man, that's so my life is way better
Weeks
now.
Yeah.
Fly by.
Yeah.
Fly by.
Yeah, when you're hanging
And
out
it's
with your
like
buddies.
such a minor shift, but they're just like, well, nothing's gonna work for me, so I guess that's it. It's like I want you to jump off a cliff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because you're
tough.
really bumming me out, and I
That's the
don't have time
worst.
for that.
That's the worst. When you're in a good mood and someone comes over and they're like just like bringing you down.
You have no
Yeah.
awareness
Yeah.
that like their mood equally directs or affects other people.
Mhm.
It's like every time I'm like in a negative headspace, which is not like not gonna lie, it's a decent amount of time. Like I do spend like and it's like that like your brain goes into a negative bias all the time. Like that's just the way it works.
Okay.
That's what like that's neuroscience. Like they fucking go into that. It's like your brain sits in a negative bias all the time. It's hard work to be positive. It's like the same thing like oh, it takes fucking so many miles or fucking muscles to frown. It's like, gravity kind of goes down. So, yeah, it's easy to sit like,
yeah.
It's hard to smile, but it's like, fucking, who cares? It's like, you don't even need to smile. You don't need to be fucking the happiest person in the world. That's the equal and opposite. The other side of the coin really pisses me off too. The fake happy people.
Fake happy's the worst.
Fake happy's the fucking.
I like people who are happy, but fake happy is like too much.
Forced happy. It's like, why don't you just be real?
Be what you feel like.
But real doesn't like. This is a problem with, I would say, kids your age and younger. You two. This like Instagram shit where like you can't be yourself. You feel like you just can't be your.
You can't live your life, and then just your life on Instagram is never going to be your life in real life.
It's not enough, right?
Well, man, I'm not a huge fan of like new rap music or whatever, hip hop or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan of it. I just don't vibe with the music. I don't hate it.
There's no message.
There's some of them are pretty, but there's a lot of pain in it because there's a lot of drugs and a lot of that kind of shit. So it's like, that's what I mean. So like there is like there's pain in that music for sure, but
sometimes
there's about it's a 1-to-1 ratio with like just douchebags just fucking living it up, doing drugs and making money. Like, imagine being like 18 years old with like fucking, I don't know, even like $1 million in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're going to be fucked up.
No, what I always like to think about is that like, well, because I'm reading all these old books about these fucking guys and how they talk and shit. If they heard just us talking like this, they'd be like, whoa, like, how dare they speak like that? Or like, what are they even speaking? Imagine they heard the fucking rap these days. They would be like, what language is that? They would not for a second think that was even English.
It isn't.
Because it's not really.
There's a podcast or an interview, I forget who it's with or what the subject matter is, but it's basically about like, if you compare like the military class, right, to this day and age's military class, the kind of like sort of broke kids in the States who get poached by military recruitment officers in low income areas, compared to the guys who were in the military in World War II or World War I. And you look at like the letters sent home from World War I, and it's like it's like poetry. And like now those same kids, right? It's the same class of people, low income, less opportunity, whatever you want, however you want to phrase it. And now, I mean, that sort of person, like, man, they can't tie 3 or 4 words together on a page, right? And they definitely can't do it in cursive. So like, it's crazy.
The World War I, the penmanship was all immaculate.
Imagine you're like a doctor is like telling you, if this gout doesn't go away pretty soon, we're gonna have to hack your foot off. Trench leg or whatever. Yeah.
Or they're like, oh, you have diarrhea. Boom.
Yeah.
You're no longer
You're
useful.
Finished, yeah. It's like that's the thing, and that's like,
and those guys are writing poetry back to their parents, their wives, their kids, whatever, right? And now it's not even close.
Like, that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. Is like a lot of people they think they got it so fucking bad, and I'm like, they don't even know what the word acceptance is. Like acceptance is so critical. If you can just accept it, it's so much easier to carry on and go forward.
Yeah.
They can't believe it's happening to them, that these minor shortcomings, whatever obstacle you're fucking trying to come over, they just are like, well, this is it, I guess. Just in a pool of negativity.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I might as well bring others down with me.
What strategy do you use to like stay away from letting a poor day or like something bad happening to you get in your head? What do you do? My strategy now.
Are you talking about like if something happens to me?
Anything. Like I think about this at work. I think about it in sports too. My strategy is always the same. It's wait 2 hours, reevaluate. The only time I can really say that I've been down to the point where like I was so down that I didn't want to be around anybody was the time I tore my ACL. That's the only time I can think of where I was so pissed off I just didn't want to be near anyone else. But otherwise, like that 2 hours, you do something else, or you keep working at your job or whatever, come back to it and look at it again through fresh eyes. You've had some time to think about it. It is 100% of the time, it is never as bad as it seemed 2 hours ago.
Oh, of course.
It's never as bad.
That's why you're not supposed to react like when you're upset and angry. You just take time and think about it. Yeah, exactly.
My strategy is that if I have like it really bad, I'll chug a bottle of water every time. Chug a bottle of water, and then observe. Like,
just hydrate.
Yeah, like it sounds stupid, but it's fucking huge. It's fucking huge. Like your body needs water, and
Yeah.
people don't drink enough fucking water, which
sure.
is insane, but it is what it is. People don't drink water. People that I work with that are in bad mood, they never drink water. They smoke darts and then they drink coffee. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
Caffeine, that'll get
Like,
you
okay,
going
yeah,
for
like,
sure.
you're just like patching it for 15 minutes, and then you're just right back to the shit.
Yeah,
Like a bottle of water. Simple as that. And then but like, even if I'm like, when I'm the most negative, yeah, like I choose to stay away from people.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to put that mood on anybody else. I just
Right.
completely, I don't internalize it.
Because what I don't like too is like, if I'm in a shitty mood, which doesn't happen that often to be honest.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a shitty mood, I don't like to project that because it's not that person's fault that I'm in a shitty mood.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And then if I'm acting like short or like just like annoyed, I feel bad that I'm like projecting that onto someone else.
Yeah.
And also when they ask like, whoa, like what's your fucking like what's the problem here? I don't want to be like, oh yeah, you're right.
Here's all my shit.
Yeah, this is my problem. Like, I'm just upset because this happened. I'm like, no, I internalize my shit to the 10th degree.
Yeah, I just don't. But I don't want to burden anybody with my bullshit.
That's
because
what I think. These are male traits. Like you're both describing.
Yeah.
I think like a predominantly male trait. You don't like. I'm the
it's
same
why
way.
we
I
die
don't.
early.
I don't project. I
probably.
don't project anything. I just keep it all inside.
But
Yeah.
there's no point. I mean, if I really want to talk, I'll fucking see a therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Or just get
bad.
on the podcast.
Well, yeah, that. That's why I was like, I didn't really want to get into it, but fuck it. I was
That's
kind of.
all right.
I was bothered because like it just bugs me that people just like let every little fucking obstacle that they face, which it's daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking daily. Like, usually you have a couple good clear days.
You want
hope so.
though, like you want.
There's value in the struggle.
That's
man.
right, and like getting over those hurdles, like we've said before, that's how you create momentum. You like best something that you had a hard time besting, a year ago or 2 years ago. You find yourself capable in a way you weren't previously.
You just look at it,
And-
you're like, wow, I was bothered by that.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah.
it's nothing now. I'm
Yeah.
fucking. I don't know. It just bugs me because I think most people suck these days. Like most people are really just annoying me because like I don't know. Like I haven't really crushed it in my age. Like I've had like it hasn't really worked out that well for me.
That's what you think, but
No, I'm not. Let me finish.
Okay.
I'm not mad about that.
okay.
If it's anybody's fault, it's mine. A lot of people don't take responsibility for their actions.
Yeah,
Like,
fucking
fuck us.
right.
Nobody does.
Fair.
It's not my. I don't know why. Why? It's like
Well, they're like,
everything that
oh,
happened is
fucking-
my fault.
The housing market's so crazy, man. It's fucking out of control. Like
I
I'm in such a shitty
fucking
state. Like it's not
hate
my
that.
fault.
I
Like
fucking
the
hate that.
no
It is
one
what
can
it is.
afford all this shit. It's like some people can.
we just I just had a thought today because Kenzie and I are talking about like getting obviously this like information about whether or not we'd be pre-approved for like a $700,000 mortgage because we want to move to Dundas, right? And I was thinking about that when we bought this house, and I was the one who was reluctant to go to the bank because I was like, there's no way in this market we're going to be able to fucking get a decent number for a house that we both want to live in that's like close to where we work, stuff like that. And man, I'll never forget. We were at like Thanksgiving dinner or something, or maybe it was my birthday, I forget. And my uncle, when we were talking about this, because Kenzie was like ragging on me for not wanting to do it. And my uncle's like, "You think there's ever a good time to buy a house? There's never a good time to buy a house.
never
You
a
just
good time
gotta,
to make
you just
any
gotta
decision.
do it.
There's never
Yeah,
a good time
exactly.
to do. There's never a good time to make any decision.
That's right,
There's
and
always
I-
going to be
What are
apprehensive.
you gonna do? Try
I
to
really-
time the market?
Yeah, like I
can't-
really took that to heart though.
Anything.
Like, that's exactly what
anything.
anything.
It's like, oh, an opportunity.
Just do
Well,
it.
I guess I'm just going to do this.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
It doesn't always work, but who fucking
Yeah,
cares? Try
exactly,
again. Like,
exactly.
You always got another at
What do you do?
bat.
Save
Yeah.
a tiny little bit on your house and like what? Save like $80 in your
I
mortgage
know,
every month.
I know.
Like,
Yeah, it's really saying something that people are just so easily discouraged,
absolutely, because no one wants to do anything. No one wants to.
No one
No
wants
one
to do
wants to.
anything.
No one wants action.
and they don't want to be told no either. That's like the most. That's to me.
That's really,
That's the-
really fucking tightening my friend.
That's the- that's
the
making
one
the circle
thing.
Smaller. It's
Yeah.
like, no, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And like I've said that to someone recently, and I fucked up because I shouldn't have said that they were stupid. That was my own fault. I insulted them because I was short and I was just I was in a bad spot in my head. But like I don't regret what I said to the person or at all. But like they needed to hear it, know. And it jeopardized the friendship because but I didn't care. Because it was ongoing and it was over time and I just fucking lost it. I should not have insulted them. That was on me.
but there's still like there's value, like you're saying, in having a friend you can say that to. I would hope somebody would say that to me.
I made sure to mend the friendship because I didn't want it to end. Because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's not like that wasn't my intention. I just wanted my voice to be heard because it was building in my head, and it
Yeah.
was like, and it, you like don't not you should feel honored. No, you should be like, I'm thinking about you, man. Like, you know what I'm like? I'm thinking about that person. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't fucking say that shit because it makes me not want to be friends with you.
Right.
And you at least have enough of my attention where I can just say my opinion to you. Like I give you that much respect.
Yeah, sure, of course.
But like a lot of people don't like that because like when I say something, I say it.
How many friends do you have?
Friends?
Yeah.
Like friends.
Real friends. How many friends you got? I got like probably less than 15 real friends.
Oh, fuck
I think,
yeah.
I was gonna say 10,
Way
maybe,
less
maybe
than that.
You think?
10 like solid
How do
people
you-
that I can just say whatever to.
How do you
Yeah.
count? How do you count that out though?
BCK.
What's
Yeah,
that?
for sure.
1, 2, 3. No, there's just the fucking guys that we grew up with. Will and I, we just grew up with these guys, and they're the
Yeah.
only people that we've gone through fucking everything.
That's
with.
right. That's right.
And it's just like we still
Yeah,
Even if we don't see them that much, it's like you just know it's just like day one again.
that's
gotta
right.
hang out with them, man.
That's
And
right.
It's just like, and I trust them with my life.
And that's the
Yeah.
group. That's the group that you can give an honest opinion to, but we'll also give you an honest opinion.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
That's how you
yeah.
build. That's how you build character. Is that group of friends? I think maybe people just again like I always do this. I rag on social media, but I don't think people have that friend group anymore.
They
They don't
don't.
because they
They
don't
don't.
care about it.
People are sitting
don't.
out with like the Instagram and social media.
Yeah.
Everyone's like walking on eggshells. Like I don't want to piss this person.
Well,
off.
also
As soon
they're
as
like
they leave,
they're
and
like
they start
chasing
speaking up,
they're like chasing likes instead of chasing like material friendships.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, I totally 100% agree.
I just don't understand. It's just like, dude, just fucking put your head down. go
It
to
does.
work.
It's
You're
way
gonna
about- Like quantity over quality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It just really bothered me this week in particular. I don't know, for no reason. Like nothing really happened. Like something happened, I guess, to me, but it didn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It just kind of triggered other thoughts, and it just kind of went down that road. I was like, fuck everyone. Seriously, fuck everyone.
I've been doing that, man, for the last like couple months. I've been saying that, and I've been just keeping my head down and just grinding,
I
doing
wanna talk
tons
to-
of
I
shit,
just want to
man.
talk to people that I want to talk to. I don't
Yeah.
have time for fucking people. I don't even want to share the same fucking room,
Yeah.
the air. I don't even want to
Yeah.
share the same oxygen. I don't even want to, because it's just not vibey in there.
It's just not vibey,
Not
bro.
vibey. I think that's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
We're done. No, it's good. That was a good finish.
I guess.
Anything
I
else?
wholeheartedly
Anything to add?
agree.
No one? No, we're good. In the name of the Father, Son, and the
Peace,
Holy
Lord.
Spirit. Amen. See you next week.
Peace.